Good afternoon, welcome to the Media Prima Arena. Apologies for the delay. We've gone through about 36 heats this morning in 3 different categories. Had a little few accidents, but thankfully everybody's okay. And on this beautiful afternoon at Redcar, I'm pleased to say joining me on co-commentary from the Bellevue Colts, it is the flying pie man himself, Mr. Paul Bowen. Good afternoon, Paul.
Good afternoon, Roy. Thanks for inviting me down today. I've got to say, what a cracking lineup we've got today. It looks like it could be a British final. We've got Carl Bickley, Leon Flint, Danny Phillips, Jason Edwards, Benji Cronton, all top riders, and many more.
Well, yeah, and also people like Paul Cooper, surprise entry, late last week, jumping on a bike borrowed by Leon Flint, but he's desperate to get back into Speedway because of the amount of grass track that's not going to be on this year. He could be a surprise.
There's a few could be a surprise. I was watching Elliot Kelly down at Leicester the other day, and I've got to say the lad was flying, so don't really expect to see a dark horse from him. Also, such riders, we've got so many riders in here that, could be doing the business. We've got Tom Woolley, he could be a dark horse himself. Harry McGuirk also, Danny Phillips, there's so many riders in here that I can think could win this.
Well, we're seeing at the start there, Tom Woolley already out, a former Redcar Bear, had a good run in the team at reserve and was scoring some good points for the Bears. He's now with the Dale Devils up at Edinburgh.
Yeah, definitely a favourite in this one, although we've got Danny Phillips coming up to line up as well. I'm going to pick him out as my favourite to win this heat. However, don't be surprised if Tom Woolley off that inside can do the business.
Exactly, and there'll be a little bit brotherly rivalry, should we say, because you've got Sam Woolley on the outside as well, the battle of the Woolley Bullies.
Yeah, there's got to be some definitely brotherly rivalry there. Be interesting to see if he can do anything from the outside, because I've got to be honest, it's my favourite gate here. Loads of grip on the outside.
Well, here we are. We've got the 4 lads now up at the start gate. It looks to me, and my eyesight's bad, Paul, but I think Danny Phillips is out with an old Newcastle race suit on.
It definitely does. It's definitely different than his black and red that we're used to, but I'm interested to see what Danny can do. Again, I saw him at Leicester. Lad was flying, so definitely going to be one of my favourites here today.
So you're going for, who are you going for? You going for Tom Woolley or are you going for Danny Phillips?
I'm going to go for Danny on this one. Let's have a look. The line's up.
And it's Tom Woolley's made a good get off game 1 and holds it tight. Danny Phillips, Sam Woolley.
Sam's down already there, but Danny's found his way around the outside. He's going to look for that grip straight away and pull his pound. We've already got another rider down.
Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit greasy out there. Obviously, Johnny Swales has had to pull back the track very quickly and put a lot of water down, but Danny Phillips, good outside pass very early on, that's a surprise.
Yeah, Danny Phillips finding his groove early on. The track's got to be a bit moist to start with, because with the sun there's going to be so much moisture levels that we need to get in there. But yeah, no, absolutely class out there from Danny. He's leading away. 1 lap to go.
1 lap to go, and is he going to bring it home? Picked up a bad injury ride for Scunthorpe a few years ago, and they said he would never ride again. But look at him go in this one. Heat 1, the winner is Mr. Danny Phillips.
Well done there for Danny, as I expected, a good win there for Danny, but Tom, I don't know if you saw the last, got a bit of drive there, so there's a few patches out there ready for a bit of drive on the outside. It's definitely going to be a line to watch.
Certainly is, and as you said earlier, a little bit damp at the moment, but once it turns over, I think we're going to get some cracking racing. But we always do here at Redcar.
Definitely, it's a favourite track of mine. You can choose inside, outside. There's plenty of room to pass here. For you guys at home, if you're watching, if you could let us know what you think so far. If you're loving it, if you could drop us a comment or a share, we'd love to hear from you too. We've got the live chat open, so feel free to leave a comment.
And don't forget that you can give a donation towards this meeting. This, very much trying this out. It's something very new here at Redcar, and they've been working tirelessly for the last week or so behind the scenes to get this up and running for today.
Yeah, definitely. A donation would help. A lot of people are doing this for free. Roy's doing it free. I'm only £800, but you know what I mean. We'll not talk about that now. Just joking. No,
you brought me 2 sausage rolls. I'm a happy bunny, me, I tell you.
So who we got out in Heat 2, Roy?
Well, in red off gate 1 we've got Alex Spooner. Gate 2 in blue, Leon Flint. White gate 3 is Luke Muff, and on yellow off gate 4 that's Ryan MacDonald. two Berwick Bullets out in this one, in Flinty and Ryan MacDonald. But you've got to have Flinty as a favourite in this one, surely.
You have got to have, but there's Alex Spooner there on the inside now. Alex hasn't got a team place this year. I don't know why. He's a cracking rider, and I think he'll be out here to prove a point.
Yeah. Here we go. And a clean start, and as you say, Alex Spooner, cracking start. But Leon up the inside, going down the back straight, and he's just going at the lead. I think Leon's had a little bit more practice than probably anybody else here today.
Yeah, Leon's definitely a rider to watch. I think they were just seeing how the grip levels were on the track. But Leon, like I say, he's settled in now, and I think you'll just see him clear off.
I tell you what, I've had to take 2 looks at some of the riders today because it's a few years since we've seen them with this COVID thing, and it looks like Leon Bliss being in a glow bag.
Like I say, we got Ryan McDonald at the back now as well. I think he'll be interesting to watch how the meeting goes on. I think he'll be looking for improvement. Hasn't been out much this year, so definitely be improvements from him as the meeting goes on.
Yeah, well, Ryan's rode a few times for Glasgow. I can remember I'm actually riding for Newcastle as well. So, probably using this just as practice.
Leon across the line there, comfortable win to see. So keep your eye on the race times there from Leon and see how they compare to the others.
Don't have a watch. I can't tell the time. We've been distracted by fan clubs. Yeah, hello Martin. Yeah, all right. Yeah, anybody can remember Martin, who was Stewie Robson's mechanic for many years, has just appeared on the gantry here. Certainly going to kick on with the racing today. No messing about. Obviously we've got 2 groups of 14 riders, 28 riders in total. We're now going on to the second group. Hopefully you've got a program. I think we're going to try and get some out and about via Facebook and that. In this one, very interesting lineup. This one we've got Luke Ruddock in red, Harry McGurk in blue, Kyle Bickley in white, and Archie Freeman in yellow.
So we've got a couple of 3 strong people here. We've got Luke Ruddock and Kyle Bickley for me. Very strong riders. Be interested to see who's going to get this one. Luke's off the inside, so I think he'll be a favourite.
And don't underestimate Archie Freeman. Archie rode for Scunthorpe in a couple of challenge matches last year and looked very impressive indeed. Was actually rumoured to be riding for Newcastle at number 7 this year, but they've gone with Joe Alcock. Archie deciding just to stop with the National League. But here we go with Heat 3.
The tapes are up, it's a fight for the line, and it looks like Harry with a surprise start.
Harry McGurk certainly shot out the traps there.
This is one for a shock for me. You know, Harry's a really good rider, and he's holding off Kyle. This is very impressive by Harry.
Superb stuff this from the young McGurk. Certainly riding very well indeed.
Kyle's all over him like a fat kid on cake as Harry slips a little bit wide, but he's still holding this lead. I am so impressed with Harry.
This is the first surprise of the day. Heat 3 and Harry McGurk leading a lot of fancy lads in this one.
Definitely. Look at Harry. He is on it as he takes the last lap. He's pulling away.
I tell you what, it's looking so controlled as well. You know, he's not made a single mistake more or less the whole 4 laps.
And we've got a last blast from Luke Ruddock from Kyle here. But Harry Maguire, what a shocker. Brilliant ride.
You as a Bellevue Colt must be very happy about that.
I've got to say I'm very happy with that because it looks like he'll be taking my main body and I'll be in that reserve, crusty.
Extra race for you, baby. But, as I say, a shock result there in Heat 3. But if anybody's seen Harry when he's gone through the 125s and the 250 series with the youth development in this country, know what a class act he is. And here we go with Heat 4. And look at the setup of Max Clegg off gate 1.
Flipping it, it's a good job I've got my sunglasses on because he is bright white. Is he sponsored by Daz?
He's won the doorstep challenge. That's it, isn't it? I'll try and get that out. Blue gate 2, Paul Cooper. White gate 3, Alex Goldsborough, the local lad. And at gate 4, Adam Shepherd. And again, unattached Adam Shepherd, and somebody you think is a really good rider, Paul.
Yeah, no, I think Adam Shepherd could do sort of bits, but I'm interested to see how Paul Cooper is done. You guys have been bigging him up to me, so I'm very much looking forward to see if he can spot on Max Clegg. Max Clegg off that inside, which has been a favourite gate so far. However, we just saw Harry Gate from gate 2, so it'd be interesting to see.
There certainly is. Coop's just settling in there. Alex Goldsborough, I think this is his first big meeting for the 500s. He's rode 125s up till the last couple of years and looked very impressive in practice, but maybe a step too far for him today.
I was going to say, this is like jumping in the deep end in the pool, going from this meet. This is like a British final, so to come in this, it's a big ask.
Certainly is.
We're under stars orders, let's have it.
No, backstage did a lightning start.
Whoa, easy now from Paul Cooper.
Cooper once again being exciting as always. It'll probably take him a couple of laps to settle down.
Yeah,
Max. Been a while since he's been on a speedway, mate.
Yeah, Max here looking smooth straight away. Unfortunately, looks like Shepherd's out.
Yeah, he didn't really get off the start, did he? He sort of bogged down straight away.
Yeah.
But Max Clegg was my tip to be the hot favourite for this one. Former winner of the Julie Lewis Memorial here at Redcar. Looking very good indeed.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of butter will be onto him because he's running so smooth like butter here now. He's even having a cheeky look back. He knows he's got this one. He's just got to bring it home now.
I tell you what, he's that far in front, he's in a different postcode.
Oh.
Cracking right there by Cleggy. I tell you what, he's a confidence rider, and I tell you what, he can go on and just wrap everything up today. But good 4 laps there by Alex Goldborough. That's probably the first time you've seen Alex ride.
That is the first time I've seen Alex and Paul. Like I said, very good riders there. I think they're going to have to do a little bit more if they want to get into them finals.
Yeah.
Because so far I'm seeing Leon, I'm seeing Max, and they're 2 top heavies there that could win this thing.
Certainly. And I was actually very surprised that you'd never seen Paul Cooper ride.
No, I've never seen Paul Cooper ride. I've not been into Speedway that long. Apparently he's very good on the grass, and he didn't do too shabby there.
Didn't do too shabby at all. And we've got the riders coming out now for Heat 5. Interested to see how this gentleman goes off Gate 1. Joe Alcock being given the number 7 race jacket at Newcastle. Out in blue, Jason Edwards, Young GB International. In white, Gregor Miller, one of the young lads up at Armadale. And in yellow, George Rothery, a lad from Cumbria, I believe.
Yeah, no, I've raced George in the Northern Junior League. Bit of a surprising lad to see. You might want to hold on to your seats for this one because he can be very unsurprising. But good to see Joe Alcock here. He's in his brand new gear, looking red and black from the black and silver that he once run. So be interesting to see if the new bike, new colour scheme can kind of put more confidence in the lad.
I'm not too sure how the Newcastle fans are going to go with the red and black, like, considering the black and white up in Newcastle.
Yeah,
but
so
here we go.
Stars orders. I've got to say, I'm hoping Jason Edwards can pull this one out straight on. George Rothery with a ballsy move around the outside there.
I thought he was going to get past him there.
Like I said, you've got George. He's just one of them where he can win or he can lose, but look at him go.
Yeah. Jason Edwards certainly shown that he's the class act in this one, but I tell you what, I was very impressed with George there the first couple of laps. Joe Alcock seems to be struggling a bit there in third place.
Yeah, no, I think as a first race, you've got to take it easy because you've got to find your rhythm. We got George out there. Everyone's kind of finding the rhythm. You know, they've all not rode for a while. You've got to remember that. So they've just got to find it. I wouldn't be surprised if you see the next few weeks the temperature will be turned up a little bit.
Well, the temperature's certainly turning up already here at Redcar. I'm sweating, and I know you are as well. But Jason Edwards, class act there.
So far we've seen some really good riders here now. Jason Edwards, Max Clegg, Leon Flynn. Let me know, you guys in the comments, who's your favourite rider so far to win this just after watching them heats. It'd be interesting to see what you guys think. Thanks everyone as well for joining us. I can see a couple of you on there. Brian Turner saying come on Coops. Roger Clark, very impressed with Harry McGuirk. So keep them comments flowing in, guys. And as well, if you could do us a favour, you could just share this on your Facebook, the link. Let other Speedway riders, like everyone in Speedway, know what's going on, and drop us a comment.
Yeah, and don't forget our sponsors today, NPNJ Light Haulage, for the you know, the very kind sponsorship of today. A little bit of cash prize up for the 1, 2, 3. We've also got the most entertaining rider. So if you want to put a nomination through for entertaining rider, pop it through the poll and he'll pick that up. And yeah, and there's trophies at the end of it for the Caroline Parr Memorial.
Yeah, there's 300 quid on the line here, Roy, so I think, you know, a couple of lads will be keen to get that money.
I'll tell you what, if there's £300 on the line, I'm going to make a comeback. Maybe not. Right, here we are. I'm just trying to work out what heat we are on now. I believe it's heat 6.
I'll go with heat 6.
Yep, which will have us with Tom Woolley again off gate 1. In blue with first appearance today of Jade Mudgway, Redcar team manager. In white it's Sam Woolley, and in yellow it's Greg Blair.
Now I've seen Greg Blair ride a few times, and I've got to say this guy hangs it all out on the washing line. I wouldn't be surprised to see if you see him off that back wheel and on the win for this, but I think we're waiting on him actually. Has he got
no, he's out there.
Oh yeah, sorry, he is.
It's Sam Woolley we're waiting for at the moment, who had problems in heat 1. He came down, didn't he, Sam?
Yeah, no, I think we're going to be running out on this 2 minutes if he's not careful.
And I tell you what, Rachel Swales, who is our referee today, up in the box. She's a dark hand at excluding riders, I tell you.
Jade Mudgway there smoking a little bit. Apparently I hear he's on a Godden.
Well, it's a 32-year-old Godden, which is either older than him or younger than him. But he's not too sure. He couldn't remember if he was 32 or 31. If anybody knows what Jade Mudgway's date of birth is, please let me know. Actually, the Mudgways are watching this at the moment in New Zealand. Hello, the Mudgways!
Yeah, no, I did see before we have got some international viewers. We've got Denmark as well. I've seen that in the comments. If you're not from the UK, if you could let me know where you're watching from, that'd be great as well. Be good to see us get a bit of international footage.
Yep, and to our Danish viewers, Speedway. That's all I know. All the other stuff I know is naughty words in Danish.
Oh, it looks like Sam's coming to the line now. He's looking a bit muddy from that fall before.
Yeah. It's good they've got these jet washers these days. I used to have to clean my bike with a bucket and a sponge.
Did you have to take your bike with on the horse and cart as well, Roy?
Yes. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, it was coal-fired, my Speedway bike. So here we go.
Ready for the line up here. I'm excited to watch Greggy. He's so good to watch.
I'm going for Mudger on the upright. Go on, Smokey!
Look at this! How old is this bike and it's whole shot?
Who says you need the house to go fast? Look at that boy go!
I cannot believe my eyes. There is an upright lead in this class. And he's not only leading, he is riding well.
Tom Woolley will not like this because Jade was his team manager.
Oh, I would hate to be Tom Woolley right now. This must be a bit of an embarrassment, but he's going to make a move on the inside. He's going to show a wheel. Jade Mudgway not caving into the pressure now. Tom's got the speed, but he cannot get past Jade at all.
Jade clamped him down there. I'll tell you what, I'm surprised how close to the white line Jade is. He's normally up on the fence.
And here we go. Here's the move now. Oh, no, he's still holding it.
Go on, Mudger!
I cannot believe we're going to see an upright win a race.
Come on, do it for the old boys.
This will be music to the old boys' ears. Look at that. I cannot believe
Come on.
Get it on. He's loving it. He's loving it.
He's pumped. He's pumped. That is magnificent. Ladies and gentlemen, a 32-year-old Godden engine has won a race here. Oh, I'm all overcome with emotion.
I think JD's too. You would think he'd won the GP final. He's absolutely loving it, and I think we all love that too. That was really good to see that.
Is he doing a lap of it?
I didn't think an upright could be rode like that, but hey, you know, it just shows he's still got it. I'd love to see him on a new bike after seeing that.
Well, he could get a team place now. You know, Redcar do still need 2 riders. I'm looking over at our director here to the left-hand side, Mr. Ben Duffel. Tell you what, he's got his mobile phone out. Is he going to try and save him?
So I've just seen here from the comments here, apparently we've got someone watching from Denmark, but he's struggling to understand us. Do you think that's the accent?
I'm struggling to understand what you're saying, and you're struggling to understand what I'm saying.
I think we both need subtitles. Anyway, on to Heat 7. Who we got, Roy?
Benji Cobden, red. Blue, Elliot Kelly. White, Lewis Miller. And Danny Smith in yellow.
And it's my boy Benji up in front, but it's the dark horse Elliot Kelly on the outside. Benji pushes him out there. What a move.
Tell you what, Benji Cobden, former Redcar Bears, back in 2008, I think it was. Or maybe 7.
And again, Benji on an older school kind of bike with that rounded swinging arm. Still showing that the old bikes can still do it. As Elliot Kelly shows a wheel on the inside, but he hasn't got the speed to keep with Benji.
Benji wanted some cool pirates. Kevlar's there.
Yeah, no, but look at Elliot finding second breath here as the old boy Benji's running out of steam. Could we see a last lap dash from Elliot?
He's certainly right on his back wheel.
He's hiding up now, watch him on the outside.
He's diving down the inside, but I think Benji's covered that.
Oh, it's a race to the line.
Whoa! And another win for the Comeback Kings. I tell you what, the old boys are doing all right today.
They are doing, but I tell you what, Elliot Kelly was all over him there like a bad rash. I won't be surprised if he does him in the next one.
Well, it certainly looked very good indeed. They're all excited there with the front two, giving it everything. Here we go, and Heat 8 already coming out of the tapes, and we've got Luke Ruddock again in red, Mason Watson in blue, Archie Freeman out in white and in yellow. Another man who's making a bit of a comeback, hasn't rode for about 2 or 3 years, I believe, Kelsey Dugard. He's off gate 4 in yellow.
Yeah, no, I saw Kelsey having a cheeky practice up here the other day, so let's see if that practice has helped him out onto this race. But I think Luke might have found his rhythm now, and Luke Ruddock could be the one to watch in this one. However, don't mark out Archie Freeman as well, the young lad. He's one to watch for sure this year.
Certainly, and Mason Watson, part of the lads have come through up at Duns in the academy up there, the Berwick Academy. So very interesting race indeed, like all of them they are today.
Definitely, we have had some cracking heats already, and we are only at Heat 8, don't forget. This is going all the way to a final format, so it'll be interesting to see. There's £300 up for grabs, so you know, these riders will be putting their stuff on the line. They need the pocket money. They need to buy the sweets. There's a few young lads here. They've got some shiny bits to buy for the bike. So
I'm not too sure what Coops and Benji's going to buy, but it might be a McDonald's. I'm going to go for Razor in this one off gate 1. I fancy he's going to jump out this time.
Oh, and it's tight first corner. Kelsey Dugard with the surprise start.
Wow. That is phenomenal for Kelsey when you think it's, 2 years since he's actually raced properly. Broke his collarbone the last time he rode, but that was last year at Leicester.
Yeah, it just shows that practice happened. Well, Luke's looking on the inside now. Kelsey's looking over, blocks his line.
I think you should concentrate on racing. I'll tell you what, we got a 3-way dance now up in front. Archie Freeman coming into it.
Archie Freeman, definitely. You watch him now, he's going to search that outside line.
Yeah, Razor's got up there now, he's going for it. And he doesn't mind getting in the deep stuff.
Yeah, this is it, this is going to be 3 liners. Luke goes down the outside for the dirt line and he's got it.
Oh, he did him like a kipper. Absolutely smoked him.
Form Luke's coming through, and if Kelsey's not good, Archie could too.
I'll tell you what, cracking race there.
Definitely.
Luke Ruddock showed his little bit of advantage, having been on the track already. Kelsey kept it down a bit too low, and Luke just flew around the outside. Superb stuff again, Paul.
Yeah, no, Kelsey's got to be going to the police station with that one, because he was definitely robbed the win in that last bit. But fair play to Luke there. Like I say, you can see them all settling in. It's still early days. Everyone's got to remember, you know, there's not been a lot of time to practice. We had very little practice last year, only a few little practices this year, so everyone's going to start to find the rhythm now, and I think the racing's only going to get faster.
I'll tell you what, Paul, have a look at the lineup we've got for Heat 9. You've got 3 Heat winners. Red, Jason Edwards. Blue, Danny Phillips. White, Leon Flint. And yellow, you've got Kieran Douglas. So you've got 3 lads who have won races and looked very, very good indeed. This could be an absolute stonking Heat 9 when it comes out.
Yeah, no, we just got a little bit of track prep now. Got to say, everyone at Redcar here doing a superb job at keeping this track mint so far. So we're just going to have a quick track grade now, but yeah, definitely next race is going to be a really good one to watch.
Let's have a look at the score so far. Going up on the first group, because we are running 2 groups. Hopefully you've got a programme. Tom Woolley's, he's on 4. Danny Phillips 3. Kieran Douglas, a single point for him. Sam Woolley, I have him down as a point. Mind you, my programme's normally wrong, but that's all I'm going to say. Alex Spooner 2. Luke Muff 1. Leon Flint 3. Ryan MacDonald, he's yet to get on the scoreboard, as does Gregor Miller. Joe Alcock 1. Jason Edwards 3. George Rothery 2. Greg Blair unfortunately didn't get to the 30-yard marker, so he's on nothing. And Jade Mudgway on 3. That's Group 1. Group 2, Luke Ruddock is on 4. Harry McGurk 3. Kyle Bickley 2. Archie Freeman 1. Max Clegg 3. Alex Goldsborough 1. Paul Cooper 2. Adam Shepherd yet to score. Lewis Miller, he's on 1. Benji Compton 3. Elliot Kelly 2. Dally Smith, no score so far. Kelsey Dugard 2. And Mason Watson, no score. But I tell you what, that really doesn't stand for anything at the moment. It's a case of getting to the semis and then getting to the final in a way.
Yeah, like I said, there'll be a few riders here straight away that won't have got used to the track straight away. You know, they're going to want a heat in hand. So I think you'll see some riders that were in that 2nd and 3rd spot, hopefully going for that win. But I've got to say, Roy, there's been some good heat leaders out there so far.
Oh.
Who's your favourite so far?
It's hard to pick. You know, you look at Leon Flint, he looked exceptional. But surprises like Jade Mudgway. It's a real racer. I'm not too sure whether the bike's going to last longer or Jade's going to last longer.
Definitely. The standout man for me was Max Clegg there. I think he was just on the next level, so I think everybody will have to do that little bit extra just to keep with him. So it'd be interesting to see with him in his next heat how he gets on, whether it was just a one-heat wonder or if he can take it all the way to the final.
Well, exactly. And I was surprised listening to you talking to some of the riders earlier on, how each rider's actually got different gearing on and things like this. Do you think there'll be a lot of tinkering in the pits going on now?
I think there was now. You know, I was speaking to Kyle Bickley. He was starting on a 58. I was speaking to Greg Burley. He was starting on a 59. Jason Edwards, now he was telling me he was on a 51. I think he might have been porking. But, you know, it just shows, you know, them little bits, little gearing here and there does make a massive difference. So I think the lads will be out now changing that gearing, trying to suit the track the best they can.
Yeah, plus it's also, it's quite a warm day, believe it or not, here at Redcar. So will that, will it be altering that carburation on the bike?
I don't know, that's a bit too technical for me, Roy. So I just rev and go, treat it like a PWW 50 and off I go. But I don't know how you're saying it's warm. I don't know if it's just because I'm from Costa del Chole, but I'm quite cold here.
This is the height of summer. Height of summer, you know, I've got my shorts on and my flip-flops.
So just going to the comments here, we've got Dave Smith saying, awesome, get Mugger signed up. Could we see him in a Redcar jacket?
Well, get him signed up. You know, he's entertainment value, isn't he?
Yeah, we got Geordie K saying, afternoon fellas, best Speedway I've seen in a while. Team Flint. Obviously must be a Leon Flint fan there.
Yeah, well, it's certainly the best meeting I've seen this year and the best 2 commentators.
Obviously, I reckon Nigel's got nothing on me. Nigel, if you're watching, please drop us a comment or run your P45 into BT and I'll take that, thanks.
Well, please, you've said that. I get into trouble with Nigel all the time. But he's at Watford today, so he's throwing the short straw. He's watching that football thingy. But we were here earlier. Unfortunately, it wasn't televised, and after watching it, I was wishing it had been. Was the other events that was going on, the 125s, the 250s, and the intermediate 500s. You know, the top 3 in the 125s. Steen Piper won it. Owen Booth and Leland Richardson third. 3 cracking young talents there.
No, I tell you what, I think we missed a real treat by not showing that first meeting, because I've got to say that, you know, when they say there's not a lot of Speedway talent coming through, I think they are really wrong, because I just saw some incredible rides there early on doors. You know, them 250s as well, cracking riders. I can't wait to see them come of age and definitely be in the National League.
Yeah, certainly, and going on to the 250s, Luke Harrison won every heat he was in today. You know, he won the 250s. Ace Piper, the elder of the 2 Piper boys, second, Max James third. I tell you what, them boys are, well, hopefully, I don't know who are the Pipers going to ride for.
I reckon.
Is it Scotland or England? But then you had the intermediate 500s, which was very entertaining indeed, and it was won. And I think it was a really good thing that this happened, was won by Gavin Parr, who's the sponsor today, and his wife, who sadly passed away last year. But it was lovely to see Gavin out there on his bike and giving it everything. Jack Schmidt came second, a young man I've not known a lot about. See me signed by Newcastle for their Northern Development League, that's easy for me to say. And Kieran Lydon, who's going to be a Redcar Bear Cub, he came third.
Yeah, no, I was surprised not to see Kieran in this one, actually. I think he's ready to step up a little bit. But I can understand why he's not, because today, to be fair to him, the field today is just absolutely incredible. As everybody's seen so far, the riders are just, you know, this is more than an amateur meeting. This could be classed as a professional National League championship.
Exactly. And Speedways took a bit of a knock-in by certain people for this season, because there's a lot of foreign riders not going to be over here racing. But on the standard of racing we've seen here today, I don't think it's going to be they're going to be missed, because we've seen some cracking action from some lads who haven't got team places and could quite easily step into a Premier League team or a Championship team.
100% there with you, Roy. They're racing here so far, and the speed, you know, I don't know if you can pick it up there on the camera there, but the speed these lads are going round. Now I'm glad I'm not racing today, because I think I would struggle with these boys out there today, because they are absolutely flying.
Well, I'm pleased you've joined us up here on the commentary box, because it's been a pleasure so far. I hope everybody's enjoying it as much as what we are. I know we're getting a bit excited, but I tell you what, how can't you get excited with this fabulous stuff?
Now, speaking of excitement, the boys are coming out of the town. They're coming to paint the town red as it was. So who have we got again, Roy? Who have we got out in this one?
Well, we got Jason Edwards, red, gate 1. Blue, Danny Phillips. White, Leon Flint. And in yellow, Kieran Douglas.
I feel sorry for Kieran out here today, because he's going about to see some class riders here today. All these riders are championship level, so going to be interesting to see how these boys fare against each other.
Yeah, but the only way to get better is by racing against better riders. So here they are. Start Marshal there, it's Kieran Lydon's dad, who's the new Start Marshal now here at Redcar after the sad passing of Barry Simpson. Barry will sorely be missed here at Redcar this year.
Interesting to see Leon as far over as he can there, just to get that dirt on gate 3.
Yeah,
and they're off, and it's a fight for the first corner, but it's Jason Edwards.
Leon round the outside. Oh, and he goes past him, going down the back straight.
Leon just found speed out of nowhere then, as he hit that dirt on the outside.
He knew exactly what he was going to do there, Paul, didn't he? He had got himself lined up for the dirt line.
Yeah, all early on you can see both Jason and Danny Phillips searching for that dirt line. Everyone's going a little bit wider this time round.
Leon Flint, who is obviously going to be a world star in a couple of years' time, if not even sooner, already picked up by, I think, Rybnik in Poland, but looking very smooth indeed.
Very smooth ride for Leon here. As well, he's riding in the National League and the Championship for Berwick, so he's going to have lots of track time this year. Going to be one to watch as he takes it across the line.
Quality stuff there from young Flinty. I used to say he was very spontaneous on a Speedway bike. I'm not sure why, but that's what I used to say.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to see a wheelie here from Leon. He's a wheelie king for me. Looks like he's having a really good time too.
I think they're just shuffling everybody straight back to the pits, because we're trying to get through these heats as quick as possible. But then again, when the action's as good as this, I think people don't mind sitting watching this.
No, definitely not. Don't forget, guys, as well, at 3 PM we will be having a couple of minutes silence.
Yeah, the sad passing of the Duke of Edinburgh. But, obviously, our hearts go out to the royal family at this sad time. Let's have a look at Heat 10 coming up. Sam Woolley back out in this one in red. Blue is Ryan MacDonald. White, George Rothery, the surprise first time out, and in yellow, Joe Alcock. some of the lesser lights in the early heats out in this one, looking for big points, Paul.
Yeah, no. If you are Joe here, you've got to be prepared to win this one if you want to carry on to them semi-finals. But like I said, after seeing George in that last one, he's gonna have a lot on his hands to deal with here.
And he's off gate 3, and we saw what Leon did in the last one. Could he do exactly the same? Straight Buffalo Boys, straight round the outside.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting here as well. Although George has opted to go further out on gate 3, and I don't think the dirt's there myself.
No, it looks a bit slick there, doesn't it?
It'll be interesting to see if he can make it work. And they're off.
Joe Alcox blew out the traps off gate 4. George Raffrey on the outside, cuts back. Looking to get underneath Joe, go down the back straight.
Yeah, no, I didn't think George had it there on the slick, but Joe found the dirt on the outside, and it's a need to win race for him here, and I think he can do it.
Right back now, we're having a better ride this time. And there's Sam Woolley, not far off the pace also, but Joe Alcock looking very good in this one, but George is right on his exhaust pipe.
Yeah, no, I think you're going to see a move from George if he can do it. He's very ballsy, so don't be surprised if you see him on that inside line soon. I think he's going to go for a drag around the outside and then to the inside. Let's have a see.
He seems to come back all the time, trying to do the inside line. Maybe you should move out a bit more, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think Joe's got this one now. Unfortunately for George, he couldn't find that speed, but well done to Joe there. Good win. Good win for Joe. He'll be happy with that one. Confidence will be at high, so I think the next one he'll improve on that.
Yeah, he certainly looked happier as they come across the line there. Very, very impressive there. But yeah, as you say, Joel Rothery, you said he was a bit of a wild man, but he looks very calm and cool.
To be fair to George, yeah, I've usually seen him a lot wilder, but he was looking very smooth there. Maybe he's improved from the last time I've seen him. Yeah, very good for George there, so let's keep our eye on him.
Yes, because I think there's a lot of lads that are going to surprise us when we see them back on track, when we get the public back in the stadiums watching league racing, watching events like this. Come along to an amateur meeting when you can come along to them. They're brilliant, aren't they?
They are indeed, and speaking of watching, I can see our live chat views slowly going up. We've started at 200, we've got 392 now, so if all you 392 people could share this link, we'd really appreciate that. It would help the promotion of Speedway out a hell of a lot. And also, if you could, this is a free service, we're not going to force you, but if you would, there is a link on the Redcar Speedway Facebook page just to donate, just to help towards the running costs of today. I'm sure the guys would really appreciate it, and I'd appreciate it as well.
I think we all would. Well said, Paul. Here we go with Heat 11. In this one, we've got Elliot Kelly off gate 1, Harry McGurk off gate 2. White is Paul Cooper, and yellow is Kyle Bickley. Tell you what, pick a winner out of that.
Ooh, I'm going to have to stay with Carly. I think hopefully he's found his feet after that first one. But don't forget, we saw Harry McGurk come out and absolutely dominate.
Certainly did, and he's off gate 2. It's gate 4, Kyle Bickley right out in the dirt that's stuck up on the fence there.
Yeah, he's doing a bit of Alan Titchmarsh gardening by the looks of it as we wait for him.
He's not the king of the gardeners. I always remember a lad called Mark Courtney, very famous speedway rider, used to spend about 20 minutes gardening. Here we go, Heat 11.
What is Elliot Kelly? Pushes everybody wide.
Oh!
Are we going to have to see a red flag for this one?
We've got the red lights on, first one of the afternoon. And what's Rachel Swales going to do on this one as we look along to the lights for the exclusion?
I would hope that they call all four back myself. Elliot did push Kyle wide a little bit there, but hey, that's racing. So I would have thought myself all four back.
And Paul Cooper up, dusting himself down. He's an old trooper. It'll take a lot to keep him down.
Yeah. What do you think, Roy, there? Do you think should be all four back?
I certainly do. Yeah, definitely. I think we should do what America do, because America have a faller. They start the race with the same amount of riders, but whoever fell off, they handicap them.
Hey, we could also do that. That could be one to do.
You know, the paying public these days pay to see the top stars, pay to see the riders, and you know, why water down the product? That's what I say.
Definitely is. It looks like Paul Cooper's making a full recovery.
Let's see if we can get a wave out of him. But then again, his arms are probably pumped up and he can't.
Gotta say, British weather hasn't failed us here. Absolutely sunning it up now. I've got to say, it is warming up, so it does make for better racing.
Yep, and unfortunately, we may get a little bit of dust. Well, we already have got a little bit of dust, but I'm sure Johnny Swales and the lads in the pits, he's got his brother Andrew Swales. Oh, I'm trying to remember. There's that many Swales in this area.
Yeah.
No, it's his cousin Andrew Swales is also driving the other tractor.
Yeah, no. To be fair, Roy, you know, they are up against it today with the sun and the dust, you know. But the track, for me so far, considering we were on, heat 11, you know, it's looking mint. You know, you go to other tracks and you can see this already in heat 1. So the fact that there's some dirt out there, there's no blue groove as of yet. But I reckon in a few heats, probably be looking at some more track work.
Certainly in. Well, I think Rachel's just. Oh, what she excluded Paul Cooper for?
Oh, we've got an exclusion on already.
Fair.
Oh, and Paul is not happy.
Oh, that's not nice. That's no way to treat a lady.
Won't be the first time he's told to do one by the looks of it.
She's turned the light off now. Can he go back out? Oh. That's not good. We all thought it was all for. I wonder what the public think. You know, the viewers.
I think we might have to get the grader out because it looks like there's some dummies falling over on gate 3.
Yeah, there's a few toys come out the pram. So here we go. Cooper now back in the pits.
And they're off. Can Elliott do a repeat? He does again.
Oh, 3 abreast coming out the second turn there. But what a good first turn there from Elliot Kelly.
Yeah, Elliot Kelly. I think Carl thought the same thing was going to happen again. Opted for a different line, didn't quite work. You're going to see him now. He looks like he's going shopping down the buy one, get one free aisle. He's got a 2 for 1 nearly.
But he's going to have to really go out wide because Elliot Kelly's right on the dirt line.
He is. I don't think he's going to be able to hold off Carl for much longer. Carl's getting impatient.
Now he's dropped to the inside line, and maybe that's a mistake. Harry McGurk's right there as well. You can chuck him a handkerchief over all 3.
Yeah, Elliot just makes a small mistake here. Allows Carl to show him the inside wheel.
But he's not giving up. He's got the outside
one.
Carl's touch. Oh! Oh. That's the last thing we want to see in any meeting.
Terrible scenes.
2 lads going for it. Well, all 3 lads were going for it in that one, and let's just hope that Elliot's all right. Horrendous scene there.
Yeah, no, I think you know, both lads really wanted it. Kyle had the inside line. Elliot wasn't giving up, and unfortunately, you know, the 2 just got together there. Really unfortunate for Elliot there. He was one of my favourites today as a dark horse to win this. But let's just hope the lad's okay. Such a bad crash there.
We'll keep you informed as the paramedics are now with Elliot. They're up on the 4th turn. Please bear with us. Obviously, Elliot's is the main thoughts at the moment. Hope he's okay. It was a real nasty one.
Yeah, you know, that unfortunately that is Speedway. You know, there's only so much track, and obviously no one wants to give it up. Just a shame there for the lad. I think he, you know, he thought he could maybe make the move on Carl there, and that's why he was just pushed out a little bit. But tough choice here for the ref, as she looks like she's excluding yellow.
And that's Carl Bickley.
Yeah. Gotta say, maybe I agree with her there. Carl did just give him the nudge, but at the same time, Elliot could have maybe just shut off a little bit. So unfortunate there for Carl getting excluded, but more unfortunately for Elliot.
Yeah. Just call out to anybody out there who can advise us that that race is now being awarded. We'll find out as soon as possible and let you know, but obviously we've got to think about Elliot at the moment. Good grief, lads, he's up. He's up.
He's up.
Oh, hey, come on.
Cracking scenes there with Elliot getting up. He must have been to B&Q because made himself out of nails, because to get up from that is very impressive.
Well, that's just Speedway Riders, isn't it? You know, you watch these highly paid athletes that they call footballers, and you know, they get a slight little kick on the ankle and they roll about like they've been shot by a sniper. You know, Elliot Kelly's just gone onto that safety fence, probably about 40-50 mile an hour, and he's dusted himself down. I wouldn't be surprised if his bike is salvageable, that he comes out later on in the meeting. If
he does, that's got to be a miracle for me, that, because that was hard hitting. I know I'd be going home after this and having a few beers and chilling out, but if Elliot wants to return, it'd be great to see.
Elliot, who's signed for Kings Lynn, he's part of the Kings Lynn setup now, but rides in the National League for the Mildenhall Fen Tigers. One of my favourite places to go to, Paul. I don't know if what your thoughts are about Mildenhall.
Mildenhall, I've got to be honest, never really got on with the track. You know, I've tried it and been twice before, never really got on with it, but it's a tight little track, and I think once you get used to it, it can be alright.
Certainly. But you back this year with the Bellevue Colts, and must be looking forward to a good season again with the Colts.
Oh, you know, everyone loves that track, and it's such an honour just to ride for Bellevue and be part of it. It's a great little setup that they've got there. I'm a bit of a princess. I like a nice little changing room. They've got the best changing room, the best showers, and some of the best, you know, team spirit we've got. I've got Graham and I've got Steve, who have been incredible mentors to myself, and obviously not forgetting Mark Lemo as well. You know, he's taught me, got rid of my bad habits. Yeah, no, it's really good to have such a good team behind, and I'm glad to be involved in a little bit as well, because I'm really passionate for Speedway. It's a great sport. That's why I'm here today, is to hopefully encourage more people to come and watch Speedway, and you know, get more younger people my age more involved in it.
Yeah. And just watching at the moment, obviously a little bit damage to the safety fence up on the fourth turn, and for the second time Johnny's had to get the tractor out to push it back into place and nail it back up, so hopefully it won't be too long before we get on with the meeting again. But obviously the rider safety is the most important thing. A new kickboard coming out there now, and we may also get a bit of a track grade. I think we could probably do with a track grade and a little bit of water put down, and make it a little bit easier for the lads out there. But then again, it's when it's this warm and the track now is slickening off, putting water down sometimes goes the opposite ways. It makes it a bit slippy, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know, when the water comes down, you do have to be a little bit careful on the track there. You know, you do get a lot of more like slippy slidey kind of feel, but it doesn't take long for that water to go away, and as soon as it goes away, the grip comes up, and we'll have some more great racing. But as always, Redcar, you know, you do get a good strong dirt line, and it will be a fight as the day goes on to get to that dirt line first.
Yep, certainly. And as the trackless go around, once again must thank NPNG Light Haulage for their sponsorship today. Brilliant that a sponsor has come forward for this amateur meeting, and so the prize money on this is better than some of the proper meetings.
Yeah, no, I know, right. £300 is up for grabs today for the winner. So you know, I know a lot of these lads will be keen to win that £300. It's a good little score there. So more of the riders will be after that. Definitely, I would have thought who would won it more today.
Well, looking at, I would say we've got 28 riders, and I think they all want it, and they're all going for it. But who is going to be the ones at the end? It's going to be there or thereabouts. Obviously, you've mentioned Max Clegg. You know, you've got to look at his fellow Team GB riders. You know, it's Jason Edwards, and you know, I know Kyle got it excluded in that one, but he's going to be in the mix at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, and I think you've got to remember, Roy, it's early days. You know, we've only done, some of the riders have only had 2 heats each. It's still so early. You know, they've got 5 each to ride. So as each person races, they're going to get stronger and stronger. And don't be surprised if someone that was, you know, doing all right in the middle of the meeting goes on to win the final.
Well, just look at Joe Warcock. You know, got a point in his first one, came out in his second one, and won it by a country mile.
Exactly my point, Roy. You know, everyone's going to find the feet here today. I know Joe doesn't come up here a lot, so, you know, someone like that who doesn't come up to Redcar that often, got to find his setting, got to find everything out, work how the track rides, and then hopefully can do the business.
Yeah. You know, somebody who impressed me first time out was Kelsey Dugard. Got a good second place first time out. As the track slickens off, he's a very good white line rider. If he gets his back wheel on that blue groove, you never know.
He's another one, you know, I kind of wrote Kelsey off. I didn't kind of include him into my top picks, but after watching him before, I've got to say the lad was on it.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, what's the public out there thinking? You know, are they picking a winner?
I'm just looking at the comments so far, Roy, and I can see obviously
keep to the clean ones.
Yeah, I've got a lot of people saying about Elliot, you know what I mean, giving Elliot a good shout out there. You know, obviously our thoughts are with Elliot, but the lad is up safe and sound. I can report he is safe and sound. I'm unsure yet whether he will be out again. We'll try and find that out if we can. But let us know, guys. Let us know what you guys are thinking.
Yeah, one thing that has been pointed out from the pits is that Elliot is speaking an octave or two above what he normally does.
He'll not be having any kids anytime soon.
Oh, he shouldn't be doing that. He's a young boy.
Well, I know what I was doing at that age. Anyway, I know a few of you put the mic is low. We are working on the audio levels. This is only a trial today, guys. So, you know, if you can think of anything that needs improving, let us know. Constructive criticism, please. You know, whether it's myself that needs to go or Roy, sorry Roy, you know, just let us know what we need to do to make it better. And if you can, like I said, if you can give it a share, give it a like, and if you do want to donate to the channel, if you go on the Redcar's Facebook page, there is a donate there, just £1, 50p, £5, £10, £100, however much or however little you want to give would be fantastic.
Certainly, and as you say, you know, we've never worked together. We've spoken to each other a few times at meetings. I think the last time I actually was at a meeting with you, you were riding for Workington and I got my head shaved.
I think you're right there, Roy. I think I had a bit of a blast with the Workington comments there. Another Speedway track unfortunately closed its doors. I got to say, I love that track myself. I loved it down there. Such a shame. That's why we do need to support Speedway to make sure that tracks like that don't close again.
That's right. You know, we're reading in the press regarding Somerset. I really do hope that Somerset doesn't fold. You know, that we can keep the Rebels on track or get the Rebels back on track. But regarding going back to Workington, have you any idea regarding the production of a track at Northside? Because there is a training track there.
Now I do hear big rumours that there is a track getting at Northside. They're getting a lot of work lately, and I believe they are looking to heading towards the National League for 2022. So it'd be interesting to see what is going on with them guys. To me, they're keeping it a bit hush hush. So if you know anything, Roy, or if anyone else knows what's going on, let us know. I'd be keen to see what is going on with that track.
Well, the only little bit of information I've seen and heard is that a certain Steve Lawson, who is a legend in the Workington area and for Glasgow Tigers, is designing the track, and it's based on the Bellevue track.
Now, that is a man that can ride, prep and teach. You know, he's helped me out as well. I've been to his little training track. Funny story, actually, he was training me there, and I don't think he knew how unpredictable my riding was, and I actually went through his fence and he failed to fill in a bit of a pot that he filled with crockery, and yeah, I landed slap bang with my arse in a load of crockery, and it was safe to say I was a bit sore for a few days after that.
So you couldn't cup anything?
Couldn't cup anything. I'm just going to have a quick shout out here for Jason Pipe. Jason Pipe, thanks for tuning in. Such a great guy, National League coordinator, and he is mentioning that is something I haven't mentioned, Roy, and it is maybe something that for me I can get a bit of free advertising. It's of course Bowen Pies. If anyone wants to buy And don't forget, you can get delivery nationwide if you go to www.bowingpies.co.uk. But that's my one and only plug. This is not for me to plug my business. It is to plug everybody here today, including MPNG, for their sponsorship.
Well, Jason Piper's certainly a good advert for Bowen's Pies.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing at all. And anybody who knows me knows that I am quite a little bit of a rotund person. Though I have lost a little bit of weight. That's only because the pub's been shut. The track preparation going on pretty well here, and pulling all the dirt back. And probably Johnny will put a bit more water down once he's got all this down. And as I said, his cousin Andrew there on the other tractor. Andrew, who also rode Speedway for the Cleveland Bays back in Cleveland Park days. You would never remember Cleveland Park.
Who's that?
Middlesbrough. When Middlesbrough were the Bears, not Redcar.
No, unfortunately, a bit before my time there, Roy.
Yeah. And Andrew Swales once got mentioned in the Speedway Star, but they mentioned his name as Andrew Swales Fell.
So it'd be interesting to see, have we got any Redcar fans watching today? If you could give us a comment, any of you Redcar fans?
Yeah. Well, just like another one, does that Redcar fans, obviously 2 places now in the Redcar team. Who would they like to bring into the Redcar team this year?
Yeah, if you guys could let us know, it'd be interesting to see who you think is going to be taking that spot, as unfortunately I believe Casper was unable to do it.
Yes, it's these new Brexit work permit thingies is causing a few problems, to say the least.
Just a quick one, Roy, as we head towards the 3 o'clock, just so I don't end up over talking, or we don't end up over talking. I think we'll give it a minute now and just wait for that few minutes silence there.
Yep. Thanks very much, everybody. It's a sad day for the British Isles. And it looks like Johnny's now coming out for a little bit of a watering of the track to keep the dust down, or keep it to a minimum. Paul has just had to nip away, I'm not too sure why, but I'll let you lot put 2 and 2 together and make 4. As I say, this is the first time Paul and I have worked together on the commentary. I hope you're enjoying it. We're certainly enjoying it. You know, we don't pretend to be professionals. We never have pretended to be professionals. We're doing it because we love Speedway, and I'm hoping you're loving the action too, because that's the main thing. It's great seeing action back on track, and roll on May the 17th when we'll get some real action and we get the public back in. interesting to see that the snooker has got the public back in. You know, it's a bit interesting there. I thought they would have went with an outdoor event first, but they've gone with the snooker. I'm not saying it's because Mr. Barry Hearn has got a lot of fingers and a lot of pies, but certainly he's got the public back, and let's hope everything goes perfectly. There's no incidents, there's no outbreaks, anything like that, and that it gives everybody the confidence to come back to live sport, because I tell you what, there's nothing better than watching live speedway.
I just heard you mention pies there, Roy, and instantly I just thought about Boeing pies, didn't I? I'm not going to carry on promoting it. I'd love to promote the Boeing pies, obviously, but we're just getting a bit of water now on the track to get that moisture back into it. They're just lightly dusting it, so it's not going to be too heavily watered for the riders there.
Yeah. Interesting fact I found out about yourself when you was talking to you earlier, that you before you did Speedway, you did track racing.
Yeah, I've done a bit of everything, to tell you the truth, Roy. I've started off like I think any young lad, did a bit of motocross, went over to downhill mountain biking, then I thought I'd do a bit of road racing, and then I just watched Speedway on Eurosport and thought, hey, why don't I buy a bike off eBay? And off we are, and here we are now. It's a fantastic sport. Anybody that's into bikes, you know, do motocross or, you know, any form of mountain biking and fancy to go at Speedway, definitely recommend giving it a go. I know Redcar here do a few days where you can trial it out, and I think Scunthorpe Speedway as well could see you do offer taster days for you to just have a go at Speedway, and it's not even that much. It's about £100 odd, and you can have a go on a Speedway bike. So definitely, if you have ever wondered what it is like to have a go on a Speedway bike, I do recommend that you give it a go. And hey, we could see you here at one of these meetings.
Well, you never know. You never know. I've been saying to a few people that I might get back on a bike this year after about 30 years, but the way I rode, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think there's enough paramedics knocking about for me to get back on a bike. But interested to see that Benji Compton, who I was watching last year on watching the British Superbikes, he was in one of the other classes, the R6 class I think it was. Back to Speedway and back with the Bellevue Colts.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to have Benji back. He helped me out when I was down at Plymouth guesting. Obviously gone and, you know, done a bit of road racing, and I think it's a good thing, you know, the speed and then things 100, 150, 160 mile an hour, you know, does get your feel of speed up there, but I'll tell you what, there's nothing that beats Speedway as a form of thrill riding the bike. You know, 60 mile an hour on corners that have walls on them, you know, with a bike that has no brakes, as looks like it's had the R&D development of a B&Q kitchen table. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a bicycle with a big engine in, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what R&D goes on in Speedway, but I don't think it's a lot. It's, it is literally just let's duct tape an engine to this little frame and see what happens.
You've got to be a different animal to do Speedway, that's for certain. Not long now, track preparation going well. Johnny's now going around the outside with the water tanker, so I think we'll be back racing very soon indeed. Any comments coming through?
Yeah, no, we've got from Grey Pack, big up the Redcar Bears E-Speedway team. So I'm assuming he's on about the E-League that they do there, which is a bit of a game that you can have a go on. So big up Redcar eBay Speedway team.
If anybody's seen my phone, you will know that I don't know what he's talking about at the moment. I am so in the dark ages when it comes to techie stuff.
It's all right, Grandad. We'll get you there one day.
That's all right. Just don't kick me in my frame over. Not long now to the next heat, and that'll be in my programme, Heat 12. That's Archie Freeman coming out in that in red, Adam Shepherd in blue. White, it'll be Danny Smith, and yellow, the man we've just spoke about, Benji Compton.
Yeah, no, Benji will be out for this one. You know, off the outside gates, like I said, it's a personal favourite of mine as the track goes like this. You've got a lot more dirt on the outside, so I won't be surprised if you see him get the start in this next one.
You said Gate 4 is your favourite. Is that your favourite at Bellevue as well? Because with Bellevue being so wide, I would imagine that there's such a long way to the first turn from Gate 4.
No, to be honest, totally different opposite ends. Gate 1 for me at Bellevue, because I like to just go straight on, push everybody wide. It's a naughty
Is that by choice? Or
no, it's
is
just
it
a naughty tactic that I just... hopefully if you get the drop on everyone, they can't turn left on you, so giving away me tips there is angle your bike a little bit to the right, set off and just hope that nobody hits you.
Well, that'll be an email round to every rider in the country now. Don't get on the outside of Paul Bowen at Bellevue.
Yeah, you know, see, I'm like Elliot and Carl was there. You know, you don't want to give up any of the track. You know, we're all racers, and unfortunately, you know, what I mean, as much as with all that indicators and you go, I go, that is not happening. And if you want to need me, if you want to go past me, you're gonna have to work for it.
Well, that's it. That's what makes you a Speedway rider, and makes you a really good one. And you can see the riders coming out now. Interesting one for this one for you, Paul. Archie Freeman and Danny Smith, stepbrothers.
No way.
Yep. So
Whose mum's been or whose dad's been busy?
I'm keeping out of that one.
All right. Right, we've got the boys coming up to the line now. Who we missing?
Adam Shepherd.
Adam Shepherd.
Who had...
Has he fallen asleep while the brake's been on?
Is that him walking towards the pits gate now? Somebody with a blue helmet on.
Yeah. Flipping out, I think he thinks he's on a beach holiday.
It's like being on the beach here, isn't it? All we need
is
is
he
a nice
hoping
cream.
to ride in this? He looks like he's just walked himself to the line, and I think he's not bothering.
Are we going with 3 only? Looks like it's 3
only
only in this one.
Let's have a look.
Non-starter.
Archie Freeman on the inside, but Bendy's on the outside, cuts him up.
Oh, he did a ball!
Oh,
Archie comes over. That was a brave move there.
Very brave move. Benji won't be happy with that. Archie Freeman, again, another shock surprise here, beating Benji, and he looks like he's actually leaving Benji behind.
Yeah. Archie Freeman, former British 150cc champion.
Definitely, Benji looking rather twitchy as he went past one there. I think he's just going to settle for second. Let this young whippersnapper Archie Freeman take this one home.
Very impressive the way he got to the front. It looked at one point that Benji had the drop on him, but Archie was having none of it.
Yeah, Archie bringing it home for 3 points. Go on, Archie.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to do his chicken dance, because that's what he normally does when he scores a max up at Newcastle, is a chicken dance.
He's got to be happy with that. Good to see Benji give him the funds up there.
I think Benji's got to be, you know, happy with the way things have gone for himself.
I don't think he realised the race is finished.
Yeah, just doing another practice start there. Can't get enough of practice starts. Heat 13 coming up now. It's lucky for some. And we've got out in this one Greg Blair, who had an engine failure first time out. He's in red, blue Tom Woolley, white Alex Spooner, and in yellow Gregor Miller. I fancy Greg to do something in this one.
Yeah, no, I think you'd be surprised. I think Spooner is going to be hungry for a win on this. Like I say, he wants to prove himself. He's no spot in the National League this year, which is really disappointing to see. Yeah. Really good rider. But like I said, after Greg's engine failure there, I think he'll be keen to throw some points on the board, because if he's going to get to that final, he's going to need it.
Well, that's it. I think it was the Caledonia individual last year, which was streamed from Edinburgh. I think he had a fall or an engine failure in his first one there, but still made the final.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a 3-horse race for me, this one, but it's going to be interesting to see. Like I say, Greg's off that inside, which usually does work well for him, so we're under starters' orders. Let's have it.
Watch for the inside tear. Oh, Tom Williams, squarely coming out for Tom. But Alex Spooner.
as I predicted, Alex Spooner wanting to prove a point, but Greg finding the speed around the outside. You've got to watch him.
He'll dive under him if he has the chance.
Finding that speed around the outside, building his speed up. As here we go, here's the move. He's hanging it up on the washing line as he goes around the outside of Spooner.
Oh, he's through him. He's gone around the outside. That's Greg Blair at his very best. He was a very talented young man a few years ago, and he's still going for it around the outside.
Flipping it, I thought he was going to hit the wall there. He's absolutely on a different level now. Has he pressed the goose button?
Yeah, he was just checking if his dad was all right in the pits there. Greg Blair, I tell you what, he's back in the frame now. Cracking right there. Ollie the dog is going wild on the terrace, and Greg's biggest fan.
I've got to say, I'm very impressed there by Greg. You know, he kept a steady lap and then all of a sudden pulled the pin and damn, he was off.
It was like he changed gear, wasn't it? You know, once he got round the outside, that was it. He was gone.
Got a special shout here from Mitchell Davy Roy. Big up the Royster and the Pie Man. Cheers for Redcar Birds for bringing us this footage and the broadcast company. Thank you very much for joining in, Michael. Big shout out there. Is that Royster? Is that the nickname we go by?
I get a lot of ones. That's one of the repeatable ones. But big up to Mitch. You know, cracking lad. Was very unlucky with injuries. He could still do a job for somebody. But I think he's there. I think Donna, his wife, would have a lot to say. She'll probably text in now saying, Royster, what are you saying? Here we go, heat 14. Jade Mudgway's back out, gate 1. Gate 2 is Joe Alcock, winner last time out. Gate 3, Danny Phillips. And off gate 4 is Luke Muff.
Now this is going to be interesting for me to see with Danny and Joe. Definitely two good riders here. Joe, after proving his point that he can win a race, so he's coming off a high. Danny wants to win a race, and so it's going to be a fight to the first corner between them two.
Yeah, and I just wonder if Jade's bike's got. Oh, yep, he's fought more on it.
Whoa! Ow! Oh, big flip there by Joe. Good move there to get off. Danny Phillips now. Easy win for Danny. Whoa, we've got a problem here on gate corner 3, flipping at Jade. Nearly off there.
I tell you what, Luke Muff and Jade Mudgway having a real private battle. I can pleased to say that Joe Alcock has gone off the track and is looking in a little bit of discomfort.
I am not surprised there. That was a heavy landing on the arse. As Danny Phillips takes this one home. The battle really though is for second and third place, as I think Jade wants this.
He's certainly going for it.
And here he is, he's round the outside, he's going to cut it back in, or is he not? He's got one more chance to do it, and he's doing it!
Oh, he's round the outside. Turning back the clock is Jade Mudgway. But out in front, Danny Phillips. And it's still tight at the back. Is it going to be Jade? Is it going to be Luke? Oh, Jade just holds on.
That is right again for Jade. Now, I'm not being funny, but Jade's, he's won one, he's got second. He could be a one to watch. He could get himself into that final just by being consistent like this.
I'll tell you what, it's a good job we're not in a smokeless zone, because that bike's bellowing out some smoke at the start. Maybe that's the idea. Smoke everybody out so they don't see the tapes go up.
I didn't realise they had to wear a mask on track, but I think they all want to now after that smoking thing going round.
Oh, definitely. But cracking race there between him and Luke Muff and Joe Alcock. I bet his coccyx a bit sore now.
No, I think he just dropped the clutch and boom. He went from hero to zero pretty quickly there, unfortunately. I think it was a little bit of Jade putting him off on the inside there and just let that clutch go. And surprising how much traction these Speedway bikes can find.
Oh, certainly. I once did it at Newcastle in the second half after a meeting against Hull in an inter-league challenge. And I tell you what, very painful indeed.
Yeah, no, I remember my first time at Workington in front of the Glasgow fans on a second half, and I looped it out, and I have never flipped a bike so fast in my life, walked so sheepishly to the pits. Never to say I've never done it again.
You've got yourself well over the front end, so to speaking. Here we go, heat 15, and line up on this one, Kelsey Dugard, impressive first time out, he's off gate 1. Luke Ruddock, who was winner last time out, gate 2. Max Clegg, phenomenally fast in his first out in gate 3. And in yellow, Lewis Miller off gate 4. Tough one for Lewis this. Will Max look as impressive this time? It's been a long break between his first ride to this one. This is Luke Ruddock's third ride.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, because I think when Max rode the track's conditions were very similar, so I won't be surprised if he just clears off on this one as well. Although he's got Luke, and Luke's been getting better as the day goes on, so very interesting to see. Max, for me, that gate 3 is probably the worst gate on the track, so it'll be interesting to see if he can hold shot from that.
Certainly. It's very interested if we could get a close-up of Max Clegg's racing suit, because he's actually had the Newcastle body colour built into it.
And Luke is off with a flyer of a start. Great start from Luke Ruddock.
Absolutely flew out at gate 2. Max Clegg right down low. Kelsey Dugard seemed to bottom out coming out the start.
Yeah, see, the track has totally changed. The grip's on the outside, Luke knows that, and he's taking it to the advantage.
Yep. Just got to keep his head now for the next couple of laps there, and he's got the scalp of Max Clegg.
We look down, there's another race between 3rd and 4th. It's Kelsey Dugard. Oh! Slight slip up there from Kelsey.
Yeah. Kelsey going for the big burn round the outside, but got caught out there.
Yeah, no. Tell you what, Luke's clicked with something here, because he's actually made a good distance on Max. He's going to bring it home.
Yep. Second win on the trot for Luke Ruddock. The razor is sharp today.
Just shows anything can happen. You know, Max was my man, and then Luke's my man. Who is my man today, Roy?
You'll take any man, won't you? Good to see Kelsey Dugard quickly up and got himself off the track.
Yeah, no, unlucky there for Kelsey. He did have a good line from the outside there, and it was a shame because he could have got a point there.
And just going to find out how Elliot Kelly is and give you an update on Elliot. Hopefully it's good news, because I'm sure all Kings Lynn and Mildenhall fans and Redcar fans, because Elliot's done a lot of second halves here. Here we go, heat 16, and out in this one we've got Mason Watson. He's in red off gate 1. Gate 2, Benji Compton, quickly out again for Benji. Gate 3, Harry McGurk, and in yellow, Alex Goldsborough.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting again to see Harry versus Benji, because Harry popped it out the back there for me before, so be interesting to see, especially Benji getting a bit older. Will his fitness be the same as he's out quick? I know it has an effect on me, and he's a couple of years older than me, so it might have an effect on him.
Well, it might do, but knowing Benji's probably got himself super fit, and the good news is on Elliot Kelly, it is bruising, bad bruising for Elliot Kelly, so he'll be up and about very soon and back on a bike very soon.
He's never getting back out on a bike. So
not today, I wouldn't have
I
thought.
would have thought so, no, flipping it.
No, I think I would be still counting things on us.
Okay, so we're ready for the heat. Are we off?
Oh, Benji did a blast out there.
And it's Harry McGurk again.
Mason Watson there in the mix going into around the first and second turn.
Harry McGurk looking super smooth, gets the start.
He's hardly recognisable, isn't he, Harry McGurk, from the rider we saw a couple of years ago. He's shot up inside, but certainly riding extremely well again today.
Certainly is, and he's actually pulling away from Benji, which is even more surprising. Sounds to me like Benji's got some bike problems. I can hear a couple of splurting going on.
Yeah, there's a bit of popping and bagging going on, and Benji looking down.
Harry McGurk, what a ride!
Tell you what, the Belleville Colts must be rubbing their hands. They're going to have a cracking season this year.
What a go for Harry there. Well done.
Checking down on his bike also, he could probably be either popping and bagging and might think it's his bike, but we certainly think it was Benji's that was popping there.
Oh, very good there for the youngster, Harry. Confidence is just, when you win a heat, Roy, like that, it just builds your confidence. You come out next time and you're swinging confident. Winning a heat really does have an effect on your next ride.
Certainly does. And it just dropped 1 point so far from 3 rides. Looking very good indeed. Right, we're going to heat 17 now, and the lineup for this one is Luke Muff in red, blue is Ryan MacDonald, white Tom Woolley, and in yellow Jason Edwards. You would think this was nailed on for Jason in this one, but Speedway's a funny old game, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can win it. You know, it only takes one to have a bit of a slip up or a bike malfunction, as we've seen in the past, or even just a flip like Joe at the start. You know, anything can happen.
Let's hope Joe's okay, and certainly the Newcastle promotion and fans up there at Brough Park will be watching this with interest just to make sure he's okay. That's the rider's coming up to the start. It's interesting where different riders park their bikes on the start gate. Certainly gate 3 doesn't look good because it's very slick, because most of the bikes go over there, but gate 4, Jason Edwards digging into gate 4. He's got himself right up against the fence there, Paul.
He has. He's doing some Alan Titchmarch there on the left hand side. He's you know, any little bit helps. I personally love prepping a gate. You know, I know a lot of Speedway fans aren't a fan of it, but if it was me, I'd be stopping my bike, bringing my shovel, getting my trowel out and making a prime. But yeah, no, it does make a difference. And Jason, you're going to see this. He's going to get the start, I believe.
You reckon he's going to shoot out in this one?
Oh, I reckon Batas and L. You ready? Just call me Meg Roy because I predicted it and it happened.
Yeah, certainly did. Tom Woolley there on the inside, but I'm sure you've got to move out at the moment because the dirt lines, they're further up.
Yeah, you can see it's getting a bit like follow me leader now. Ryan needs to do a little bit more here at the back. He needs a few more extra points.
Certainly, I'm impressed with Luke Muff in this one, aren't I? Last year he rode in the intermediates in the amateurs, and he stepped up to the top class this year, and he's not being shown up, is he? He's well in the mix.
He is in the mix, and you know what? It makes a big difference as well, stepping up. It brings you on faster crowd, helps out things a lot better.
But Jason Edwards coming home, winning that one with style. To be quite honest, I think he actually started taking it easy in the last couple of laps there, just coasted round for a good win there. Team GB looking good today. Going up to heat 18, it's flying over this, Paul. Thoroughly enjoying this. Got your friend George Rothery out in this one off gate 1. That's going to be interesting.
That is going to be very interesting because George does not like to give it up. So I think you might see my technique coming in there.
Yeah, so Alex Spooner off 2. And then off gate 3, you've got Leon Flint and Danny Phillips off gate 4.
Ooh,
I tell you what, Danny off gate 4.
Again, Leon's at a disadvantage there for me off gate 3. Danny's got the gate 4, and he's a good star, is Danny, so he might cut Leon's nose off there, so that's another thing to watch out for.
Yeah, people forget that Danny Phillips had a really bad injury and it set him back a great deal. You know, he was scoring very good points for Newcastle, and then he picked up that injury and it kept him out for a long time. But he's looking to be back at his very best now.
Yeah, you know, I've spoke to Danny quite a few times. I'm very friendly with Danny, and he just very level-headed. And I think you're just going to watch him improve. And the same with Leon. You know what I mean? They just keep pushing, keep plugging, and I think you're going to see some really good stars out of them. Definitely elite league riders.
Danny Phillips' nickname's Monkey. Any idea why?
No idea. Maybe because he looks like one.
Yeah, probably. Here we go.
And it's time. George Rothery, unfortunately, down as I predicted, didn't want to give it up, and unfortunately lost out.
Is he going to get another chance? Danny Phillips is not going to be happy with that. He was out in front. Leon had just slipped into second place past Alex Spooner, but will George be allowed back in? Scottish referee Rachel
Personally,
Swales.
I think George should be excluded because I felt like he fell on his own accord there. But it'll be interesting to see what the ref does.
I'll tell you what, if George is allowed in, Cooperman's not going to be happy, is he?
I'm glad there isn't an appeal process at Speedway.
Well, I'll tell you what, that'd be Rachel Swales off the Christmas card list, that's for certain. All the lads up at the top, getting some fuel on. Tell you what I have noticed today, even when there has been a rerun like this, normally in a league match, the mechanics would be out with the clutch coolers, with the fuel, with the hair dryers and all sorts. The lads today are just getting on with it.
Yeah, I think, you know, a bit of prima donnas there sometimes, you know, I can't see why you need that, but personally for me, I think it should just be get straight back to the gate and crack back on with it. I don't think they use that much fuel, but you know, sometimes it is good to just go to your mechanic, have a quick pep talk and get back to the line, but it's looking like it is going to be all full back.
Certainly does. And George still on his bike there, just getting a bit of fuel put in. Probably checking the chains as well. Shouldn't be a problem today, because that's one of the problems when you come down, isn't it, Paul? With your chains get full of muck, but with it being so dry and dusty, it'll be all right.
Not only that as well, to be fair, when you drop that clutch, that chain does stretch, and you know your chain tension can change from the start of the race to the end. So sometimes you do have to nip it up, I suppose. Right, it's going to be interesting to see this rerun again. Are we going to see a repeat of Danny Phillips getting that whole shot? Like I say, he's just doing a bit more guarding on that outside. Can he repeat it?
Yeah, it's certainly looking where Leon is. He's in more or less the same position, possibly gone off the same rut as what it's created before. Let's see what happens this time.
Oh, that's got to be a clear exclusion now for George. Danny Phillips will be absolutely right annoyed. Three starts he's had there.
And George has taken the knicker elastic away with him, so he'll have to be mugged as he heads back to the pits, because
yeah, I think he's going to have to go to the fish market, because he's been a bit of a giddy kipper there, getting on early. So, you know, it happens, the pressure, and I think he just wanted to get out of that gate and get that first drop, and unfortunately it's bit him on the arse, and he's going back to the pits.
Yeah, it's one of the bugbears of Speedway fans, that, you know, the touching of the tapes, breaking of the tapes. You know, at this point, you know, it did break the tapes. Maybe, I don't know what your thought is, fitting transponders to the bikes and just starting races off the green light. The referee can see if a bike has moved before the green light's gone off. Could that be a way forward?
I think you're smoking there, Roy. I think that's too far, Tony. But I personally like the tapes. I come from a motocross background with the gate. I just like the consistency of, you know, you actually physically see it. Where I think the green light, you can argue a lot, and I don't know. I just think that the tapes or something dropping just makes a better start, personally.
Yeah, couldn't do a motocross start though, could you? With the metal frame dropping into the ground, that wouldn't be good.
If it dropped flush, I think it'd be all right.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, going back to the 1950s, when there was concrete starts. Let's do that.
I personally think they should have concrete starts.
Do you?
Yeah, definitely. You know, again, with like they have it in motocross, you know, a concrete start, it's fair on everyone. I suppose there'd be no digging or anything like that. Everyone has a fair advantage. There's no gate advantage from it. So yeah, bring on the concrete starts, and you can go straight over it.
And the start lads getting on with the task, and looks like they're unrolling a new set of tapes. And George has disappeared into the pits, so it looks like he's definitely excluded or disqualified, as whatever you want to call it these days.
Yeah, they haven't put the lights on, but it's clear to see that he went straight through them tapes.
How many times have you done that, Paul? Too many to count?
I've never touched the tapes once. Never touched the tapes once.
None at all?
Never touched. I've not gone. But yeah, I've never gone through. To be fair, I am tempted to just try it once to just see what it's like, but yeah, I've never gone through the tapes as yet.
Well, they say everything, you've got to try everything once, haven't you?
Yeah, no. I think a lot of the time it happens with either a rider putting you off, or you know you think it moves and it doesn't. You know, especially like there's a bit of wind here to be fair today, so you know you see them tapes twitch and it can just cause you to go through it. But I'm sure I'll do it in the future. But I'm going to keep touch wood. I've not been through them yet.
What's the bettings? Bellevue's first meeting, you do it.
If it does, Roy, I'm gonna absolutely hound you with abusive messages and say that you've cursed me.
Yeah. So when is your first meeting with Bellevue?
I believe it is. It's a Friday. I think it's the 21st of May against Newcastle Gems. After seeing Max here today, I don't think I'll have to. I've got some competition there, and then the following day on the Saturday, a double header. We're up at Berwick, so I've already seen quite a lot of my competition here today, and I'm gonna admit I am pretty scared. They are riding phenomenal today, so I'm gonna have to get some sneaky practice in, and hopefully compete with them boys.
And the new shape Shieldfield Park, they've widened it all over, so a lot more lines there, and seemingly a lot more dirt on.
Yeah, definitely. Just a quick one, Roy, as well. We got a shout out from Dan Palmer. Can we get a shout out for Mrs. Stoneman, a big supporter of the VSC? I don't know what the VSC is, but there we are. Mrs. Stoneman, you have a massive shout out. Can we get any more comments out?
I thought maybe Dan Palmer. I think he's a Scunthorpe fan. I could be wrong. I'm not too sure. I like my days out at Scunthorpe. The pies there are really nice. Do you know anywhere else you can get a good pie?
No idea, Roy.
No idea.
No idea.
No idea.
You sure it's a pie at Scunthorpe, or is it not a brick?
Well, it's in a big tray, massive big tray. Yeah. Well, while we've got a bit of quiet, just a shout out to our sponsors today, NPNG Light Haulage. Do you know what NPNG stands for?
I have no idea, Roy. Enlighten me.
No pain, no gain.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
On the shout-outs as well, don't forget, guys, if you could contribute for today's action, that'd be really appreciated by the Redcar team. If you go onto their Facebook page, there is a link there. You know, just £1 a do just to help out, or anything that you can contribute, that would be absolutely fantastic. As well, if you could share this link, if you go on YouTube, there should be 3 little lines that you can press, or a share button. If you click that, post it on your Facebook, that'd really help the reach of this Speedway channel. I know we're just having a break now, but yeah, it'd be good if you could help us out.
And if you're anybody like me who is not savvy with all this, put a note in a pigeon and send it off to somebody.
You still use pigeons, don't you?
For all sorts of things.
You showed me your mobile before, it was in a briefcase. I didn't know what it was.
That's just past us. Mr. Blair, what was wrong with the bike first time out? HT, Greg Blair's first ride, why he stopped, the HT lead came out. That's the mechanic's fault, that.
Yeah, sounds like a bit of PPM, that, Roy.
PPM?
Yeah, you'll have to think of the first word, but the second one is poor maintenance.
Answers on the back of a £5 note, and send that to Roy Clark, please. Oh, the wind's getting up a bit now. Must be that Bowen's pie I had earlier. Right, we're back in action. Third time lucky.
Third time lucky. Can Danny Phillips make it 3 for 3 with his whole shots? He's got that start dialed off now, so it will be interesting to see if he can repeat it. I kind of hope that Danny does, because it'd be interesting to see for Leon. He's had it, you know, he's a really good passer, and I think he makes for good races when he comes from the back, so it'd be interesting to see. Yeah. And like I said, don't forget Alex Spooner off that inside. You know, like I say, he's got a really point to prove. He's not in the National League, and he wants to do the business.
Certainly, and yeah, he's been in the mix all the way through the meeting, and certainly the first 2 runs he was well in the mix. Leon doing a bit more gardening there. I only know one gardener. We can't call everybody Alan Titmarsh.
Who's the ginger one? The really good looking one, Charlie. Oh, do you remember Charlie?
Charlie Dimmick.
Oh yeah, get Charlie digging on the start line. I think we get a few more fans then.
Here we go. Rerun. Oh, Danny, and you've called it, Paul.
That's 3 for 3 for Danny. He was on that dirt line, although Leon Flint did give him some run for his money. but Danny Phillip finding the outside.
I tell you what, impressive here from Danny Phillips, hanging it out right up against the fence.
Yeah, no, it's two different types of sea. You got Danny Phillips riding the outside. Leon's been on the pints and he's white line stalking, but he swings you up. He's heading back to the outside. Bit of drive there picked up by Leon. Is this where we see a pass?
He's sort of drifting off into mid-track there and spinning up a bit, but he's still one mistake by Danny Phillips, and Leon's going to have him.
Outside, inside. Leon's trying anything, but he's getting nowhere fast. And it looks like Danny Phillips is bringing this one home.
Oh, I tell you what, Danny Phillips putting himself in the shop window, got a place up at Edinburgh for the Dale Devils, but is certainly looking for a place in the championship as well now.
Well, I can't see no reason why he can't do that, as we just saw there. He didn't have it easy, but he was definitely keeping Leon at bay there. Leon, unfortunately, couldn't do anything to get past Danny. I think today, obviously with the dry conditions now, he's just struggling to get out there, and I think that's a good reason to call track preparation.
Certainly, both the tractors coming out now in a bit of track grade, and Paul and I may have a little bit of a drink, because it's getting a bit dusty out here also for us up on the first turn.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the little boys room, Roy, and we're going to get back to you guys in a short sec. Like I said, if you could just leave us a comment, give us something to talk about while the track prep's going on, I'd appreciate that.
Yep, anything at all. Who do you think's going to win the Premiership? Who do you think's going to win the Championship? And who's going to win the National League? Get in touch with us, send the message through. Thank you. Back with you soon. Yeah, as you can see, we've got on the screen the score chart, or we did for a second, and it's gone back off and on. We're doing a bit of the hokey-cokey with the score chart at the moment. Our directors and producers are trying to work out what's going on. Oh, there we are again. And there we were again. But we did notice there that Danny Phillips is busy at the top of the score chart at the moment. So hopefully we'll be able to keep the score chart on for slightly longer. Oh, that's... I'm not sure if that's an up-to-date one. Paul's back with us and he's just checking to see if we've got any messages through? Any ideas? Anything like that? Oh, here we go again. We've got the score chart up. Danny Phillips on 10, Leon Flint 8, Jason Edwards 8, Tom Woolley 7, Alex Spooner, and I noticed Jade Mudgway was right up there as well.
Yeah, different top four than I anticipated. I can't even say my words here. Different scoreboard than what I thought there, Roy. For the winners there, but very impressed with Danny Phillips leading the way.
Yeah, Danny, went through a real bad time at Newcastle in 2019, which seems so far ago. But he plugged away, kept going at it. I think now we see the real Danny Phillips, a fully fit Danny Phillips, and certainly riding very well indeed. He's riding a lot better than what I've seen him ride for many, many years.
Yeah, sometimes I think seasons or races just click. Sometimes you have a good day and you just do the business on that day. To also here as well, you guys, if you can, like I said, I know it keeps like a broken record, but if you can share this link, would be really appreciated, just to get the Speedway out there a little bit more. Like I said, if you go on your YouTube, there should be a share button there. If you can click that and just share it to your Facebook page or your Twitter, or like Roy used to say, put it with your pigeon and send it to your grandma's house. Also here, Roy, I've had a special request to say hello from Honey Sanford. Is that another one of your ladies? Are you a bit of a ladies' man here, Roy?
Honey is a lovely young lady from Plymouth. She was the clerk of the course down at Plymouth the last time I was there, I think. Honey's dad was Tony Sanford, who sadly lost his life at Exeter. But Honey's still very much involved with Speedway. A lovely lady, and Honey, I'll be down in August, so keep yourself ready for that, mate.
Sounds a bit cheeky, that, to me, right?
Oh.
Also, as well, a quick shout out, Tom Ridgway, I can see asking for a shout out. So, hiya to Tom, thanks for tuning in. I've got a comment here, Dave. Any idea of the race times, just out of interest? Unfortunately, I don't think there's any time in here, is there, today?
I think about 20 past 3.
Unfortunately, there is no time in there. Like I said, this is a free service that we've done, so obviously it is like a basic trial. If you've enjoyed it, let us know, and if we're doing a good job or not doing a good job, or anything we can do to improve. I think just a couple of changes within the sound and stuff that we just need to work on, but other than that, everything seems to be running really well, Roy.
Yeah, and a shout out to all West Ham United fans who unfortunately their football team got beat off Newcastle United today, and Newcastle heading to Europe now if World War III breaks out.
Just looking here and everyone's tuned off now because you just mentioned West Ham.
West Ham, oh right. West Ham. There's another Speedway track. I can remember going as a little lad to Customs House, West Ham. Lovely stadium down there. You may find some noises and some scurrying about going on at the moment because we've suddenly now got a hurricane blowing through the announced area. And the producer and the director are relocating to beside us, getting closer to Paul. I think they're a bit worried what you're saying, Paul.
Maybe that's what it is. That you got to keep me in check, keep prodding me.
Well, I know Nigel Pearson was very worried about what you might say.
I don't think after today, I don't think he'll be too worried. I don't think he'll be getting hit with a P45 or a DCM. That's not come Monday, Roy. Anytime soon. But I have enjoyed today. I am really enjoying the commentary side. I'd love to stay more involved with it and maybe learn and get a little bit better. Probably not be as excitable and learn to get my words out properly.
That's all right. It's I think I get the words wrong all the time on the centre green. I love doing the centre green announcing. It's some good fun, and the good thing about Speedway is the fans. The fans are absolutely fantastic. You always have some good crack with them, whether it's they're taking the mickey out of you or you're just having a little idle chatter with them. We love the fans.
We're just going to sort that out quickly, don't worry. We just are having a track grade, but don't worry about the picture. We are coming back to you soon, just for that one, guys. I say don't worry, we are just on a track grade at the moment, so that's why there's just no picture. I'm sure Martin is doing a great job. We'll be sorting it out soon.
We did try to get a picture of Paul Bowen with a balloon and a chalkboard behind him. Now there's one for the kids. So if you know what I'm talking about there, with a young lady with a balloon and a chalkboard behind us, send that in to Paul as well and tell him what it's all about.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Don't you worry, neither do I.
I'm assuming it's something pre-1960s.
I probably, yes. You could be very right there.
Another one here to chat about, Roy. Here we've got Brian here. Brian's got Berwick to win the National League. Not that I'm biased. After seeing Kyle and Leon out there, do you think that's possible? And Greg as well.
Greg, yeah. And, you know, they've got a cracking setup up there. And loads of lads coming through. You know, Kieran Douglas is here. Mason Watson. There's another two of the lads. And we haven't seen the best of Ryan MacDonald here today so far. But as you say, this is probably the first time he's been on a bike.
Yeah, you know, if you have a bad meeting here today, I won't go too much by it. You know, it is, you know, even though we are in April and usually by now we've all had a few practices under our belt, you've got to remember, no one's really spun a wheel. Last year as well, do you know what I mean? There was a couple of times where people got out last year, maybe half a dozen times, dozen if they were lucky. You've had all winter off, you know, you've had a few pies, Boeing pies obviously, a few beers, and you know, and then it's been March till you've been able to get back out again, you know, and it's just not enough. This is probably another reason why I'm not racing today. I just don't personally feel comfortable racing yet. I'd love to get a few more practices under my belt, but especially with the testosterone flying around today with these young lads, I've got nothing to prove.
Well,
so you know what I mean? Like I say, you've got to take this race with a pinch of salt, but also there are riders here today that kind of want to show themselves. Like I say, you've got Alex Spooner that's keeping himself in the shop window. Hopefully he'll get a place soon. And you've got, you know, probably I imagine you've got some of the big clubs watching today, especially some of the championship clubs. Guys, if you're watching, I know you won't say who you are, but maybe give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this. And maybe you can see someone like Danny Phillips in the championship.
Well, certainly, because, you know, it's well published now the problems Redcar's had regarding work permits for getting Casper Anderson over. So is there going to be other clubs that are going to be in a similar position? We don't know yet. But there's certainly some lads here today have put themselves right in the shop window and.
Oh, I think we've had the technical issue here is that the mic's been off. yeah, that might help, Roy, if we turn the sound. Yeah, are you on? I think you should be on.
I'm on.
So I've just been talking to myself randomly here for the past minute, Roy, and it turns out, although you are a little bit older than me, you've managed to be able to turn the microphone on.
Get in! 1-0 to the Royster. Who says I don't know about technology? I know how to turn things on.
So I've got someone here, sounds like Pawsey on the inside of a tea chest. I think, like I say, unfortunately, the sound, we are something that I think the guys here are going to invest in. This is like basically just a test, Roy, just to see, if this is something we could do at Speedway here up at Redcar, and if it could be viable for something to do. If you guys think you could do this week in, week out, leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up, let us know if you'd like this every time there's an amateur meeting on, or even actual Redcar Burrs on.
Yeah, exactly, because come the league matches, when it starts back end of next month, I'll be back out on the centre green doing what I do best out there. Well, some people might not agree with that, but I'll be back out on the centre green doing that. But what people don't realise is we are actually in a tea chest at the moment, so that's why it sounds like we're in a tea chest. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time today, and probably a good thing in a way, that the sun's gone in. But,
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a bad thing for the riders. When the sun goes down as well, you can run a clear lens, so you can have a, very visible. It's not in your eyes, especially at this track because the sun's in your eyes as you come into sort of 3 and 4 sometimes. But like with the sun, being hidden behind the clouds, it just won't have an effect on the rider, so that's a good thing. Looks to me, Roy, like the tractor's off the track, the tapes are being brought across, and I think we can get excited for the next heat. What heat are we on, Roy?
I think it's heat 19, and according to my programme, it's going to be Alex Goldsborough in red, Adam Shepherd in blue, white is going to be the very impressive Luke Ruddock, and Elliot Kelly in yellow, but I don't think Elliot will take his place in this heat.
Yeah, no, I think we can say Elliot is out. I'll be very surprised, but I'm sure we just saw his dad there just to confirm that he was okay and he was just a bit bruised. Yeah, so just getting the word now that Elliot is out. However, he is okay, so that is the main thing. I'm sure he'll be very sore tomorrow, but good news, Roy, that he's up and able and nothing too serious there.
Nothing and a good rub down with the radio at times won't put right.
Yeah, we all love a good rub down, Roy. Anyway, on to the next one. Let's have a look, see what we've got.
Just looking at there, the track conditions looking off. Possibly Elliot will be happy he's not off gate 4, looking very glossy out there.
Nah, again, a bit of moisture there. We all like a bit of moist, and I think that's. I'd personally love that gate there, but I think Luke's gonna struggle here on the outside, but he has got a bit of easier competition, I would say, for him on that inside.
Yeah, and I think Luke will jump out, and there's only himself in a way who could take the win away from him in this one.
Yeah, so the race is really going to be between the two, Alex and Adam, and as we go off, it's a fight for second. As we both predicted, Roy, Luke's already ahead there, so it's going to be a fight for second, but doesn't look like there's one. It looks like he's going to be following leader here.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Alex Goldsborough having a good ride this time. But, Alex, his first full year on 500's going to be riding for the Redcar Bear Cubs, and the Redcar fans will be cheering him on in this one. Certainly a young man for the future.
Yeah, Alex Shepherd struggling to find his feet as he comes into the corner one there. He's standing up, he's just not quite settled in yet.
He's very tentative, isn't he?
He is very tentative. He's causing himself a lot of problems here because if you watch, he's stayed off the seat. I think he's calling it because he just can't get used to the track. I think he's just going to bring this one home for a point. Luke Ruddock.
Once again, looking very impressive indeed, and very impressive Alex Goldsborough there.
Yeah, someone that's trying there, and he can see how he gets on with Luke there, and hopefully when he does another race with Luke, he can hopefully improve on that.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, you get better when you ride with better riders, and certainly that'll do him the power of good. Right, looking to heat 20 now, and in this one we've got Danny Smith in red. Blue is Max Clegg. White, Paul Cooper. I wonder if Paul's calmed down. And in yellow, Harry McGurk. Now, this could be very interesting.
It could be very interesting because before this race, before this meeting, I would say it would be an easy win for Max. But after watching Harry in the last couple of races, I've got to say, I think Max better watch out.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell you what, there's nothing more than a hard-charging Cooper man when he's fired up like this. And I hope he's apologised to the referee.
Yeah, it was a little bit naughty there for Paul. But, I can understand in the motion of things, you do sometimes get a bit revved up.
Yeah, especially when you're putting yourself in the shop window, because he does want to get back into Speedway big time.
Yeah, no, like I say, and I think he's found it hard today against these young whippersnappers to sort of prove a point. Especially how good they're riding.
Yeah, there is a big difference between riding grass track and riding Speedway, and people just think that the bikes look exactly the same, but they're not, are they?
No, they're definitely not. So, I've never rode grass track, but it is something I fancy doing. They've got a bit of suspension on the back, they're a little bit longer, bigger wheels, so it's a bit of a, I wouldn't say smoother ride because the tracks are rougher, but it's a totally different way of riding. So, 820, let's have it. Max Clegg taking the start from that one. Paul Cooper is not finished.
Oh, Cooper's going for a high, wide and handsome run there. Has he got the legs on Max now? But he's not giving up, is he, Paul?
He's not giving up. Paul Cooper has found himself a new love of life in the pits and he's coming out swinging.
He's probably had a bottle or two.
Yeah, he always made a slip up here, and that's allowed Harry McGuirk to catch right up. Harry McGuirk's going to be making a move here soon. Harry McGuirk on the inside, can he make it happen? Harry McGuirk sticking to that inside.
Paul Cooper seems to drift out always on that third and fourth turn. Gives Harry a sniff, doesn't he?
Definitely, he's got to protect that inside because Harry's coming now with a drive. He's had to shut off. Can he make it happen? I don't think it's close enough, but it's a race to the line.
Yeah, it sounded like Bobby Cooper was listening to us because our commentary was saying keep to the inside, and he did that on the last bend.
Yeah, I think you've got to, especially here, you've got to keep to that inside at the last lap. But you know, you've got to know where the rider is because if he's on the outside of you, you can soon get the drive off 3 and 4 to make it happen.
Danny Smith doing another practice start on the back straight there, but Max
maybe he
Clegg,
should have done that start at the first. He might have got with him, but
possibly,
you know, getting himself a little extra practice in there as we head on to Heat 21. Heat 21, who's with us, Roy?
Oh, in red we've got Ryan MacDonald, blue Gregor Miller, white is Kieran Douglas, and in yellow Jade Mudgway. The Mudger's back out.
You know what? I'm going to say Jade's going to go for this now.
I tell you, he's going to do it. Buffalo boys right round the outside.
Well, that'll be 2 wins. That'll be 2 wins if he gets that. Plus, he could potentially get to the semi.
I don't know, but if he wins this one, he's only 8 points. A 32-year-old upright Godden engine he's on. I know 32-year-old people who couldn't do that. Actually, Jade Mudgway is 32, isn't he? Well, he thinks he is. If the Mudgway family's listening, is Jade 31 or 32? He's not sure.
So, I see you got Jade off here. I think Ryan really needs to up his game here from that inside. I think he'd be keen to do so. So, watch out for Ryan McDonald on that inside.
Yeah, he's certainly got the pole position on this one.
Coming out of the pub smoking 20 L&Bs, it's Jade Mudgway with the whole shot.
Oh, he's got the leg back, the head down, and he's gone.
Shame away, and he's pulling away from the group here. He's taking a bit of a wheelie there from the powerhouse.
Oh, how is that break doing it? But I tell you what a battle for the minor places between Ryan and that's Gregor Miller.
Yeah, real scrap between them two. I think, like I said, Ryan really wants to prove himself, and he's got his eyes set on Jade. As we head into the last lap, I won't be surprised if Ryan makes a last lap dash.
He's certainly going for it. Paul, you picked it. You said that Ryan would have a good one, but you picked Jade to win this one.
Just call me missed it, mate. Watch Ryan now for the outside if he can go for it. I don't think he's close enough.
Certainly, oh Mudgers, look at this, he's won the world final. Move over, Chris Harris.
Hey, are we going to get a wheelie?
You're joking.
It's not Wheelie Wednesday here.
Oh, that's straight out of the wheelie book at Derek Snedden.
I don't think he'll be in the 10 o'clock boys with that one.
He
might be in the 5 past 9.
He's trying to come round for a lap of honour.
He wants his lap of honour.
I tell you what, move over New Zealand. He's coming home.
Oh. Well, he might have won a race, but he didn't wheelie.
And whoever it is that's phoning me in my back pocket, please don't. I'm getting turned on.
That,
oh
Babes?
no.
What's Babe Station, right?
Oh, look. My alarm's gone off for some reason.
What's that, girl number 10? What's that?
Oh, yeah. Shandy from Middlesbrough. Here we go, Heat 22. And out in this one, Greg Blair, red. Blue, Sam Woolley. White, Joe Cook. Joe is out there, that's good to see. And in yellow, it's Leon Flint.
Yeah, just looking at the comments as well, Roy. A lot of love for Jay there. A lot of love for the old boy there on the engine.
I tell you what, Don Godden must be proud of the man.
Yeah, we've got Joe Alcott returning in this one. I wonder if his bum's healed from that one. I'm sure he'll have a few cushions under his arse tonight after that big flip in the other heat.
Joe Alcock's coccyx will be very sore.
You think of that one yourself, right?
I did, yes.
Okay, who we got in this one, Roy? What heat are we on?
I'm going on Greg Blair, gate 1. But you've got Flinty off gate 4, and if he gets the whole shot, nobody's going to get close to him. But I fancy the two Berwick lads here in this one.
Yeah, see, we got Leon. We got Leon now on the outside, done his little Alan Titch march on the outside, so he's pointing his, can you see how he's pointing his bike for the start, for the win? And he's doing it.
Lifted, but he's made it. Oh, what a fabulous start. I'll tell you what though, Paul, watch for fireworks now. Greg Blair at the back. He's now got himself, he's nearly on the air fence there.
Yeah, no, Greg's going to be the one to watch here as he goes round the side of Samuel. He's got his eyes already set on Joe. The speed of this man.
He's got the eye of the tiger.
Flipping it, he's hanging it all out on the washing line. As he cuts back to the inside, can he get a move?
He's come back to the outside again. Joe Alcock must feel he's all over him like a rash.
Yeah, he's all over him like a fat kid on cake. But Greg cannot seem to get away past Joe. Joe's just got to protect his line because Greg's only got one.
Here he goes. Is he going to get? Is he going to cut back? The big dive on the inside.
What a move there by Greg. Just be careful, boys. We don't want to repeat. It's a race to the line.
Go!
That was too close to call.
We can't call that.
I cannot call that. Really good racing there between Joe and Greg. Joe did not want to give up there. Fair play to Joe. Keeping it pinned on the outside. Greg switching his lines up for a change there, going to the inside. So
I felt sorry for Leon Flint there. He missed out on all the fun.
We're going to have to wait for the official result on that one. You guys on the YouTube, if you could let us know first, because from where we're standing, we cannot see who crossed that line first.
Yeah, we'll need to get up to the referee and find out who got that one. That was very, very close. Could be even a dead heat. How do you do halves? I've already got my socks and shoes off.
So far at the moment we are giving second place to Greg, but we are waiting on confirmation for that one. So bear with us guys, but looks like Greg Blur taking second.
Here we go, heat 23, and it's Adam Shepherd in red, Lewis Miller in blue, white is Kyle Bickley, and in yellow Mason Watson.
Now obviously I think it goes without saying, Roy, I think it's going to be an easy win for Kyle. So who's your picks on second? Because I've got to say these boys are quite close.
They are, they certainly are. It's Lewis Miller with a couple of points so far. I really can't call it.
I'm going to go with Lewis Miller, but like I say, I think Lewis is going to go for the start. You know, I think he might just feel a bit confident there on that inside.
Right, I'll go for Mason Watson off gear 4. Let's see who's got this one.
Heat 22, let's have a go. And just as I said, Lewis Miller had the inside, almost kept it from Kyle, but Kyle's got the speed to go around the outside.
I tell you what, that was impressive by the young man from Armadale.
Hey, I tell you what, he's not giving in.
Tell you what, Mason Watson's coming with a charge as well. This is not all over yet. The minor Payson racing again.
Oh, Mason just pushes it a little bit on the front
end.
into the inside. Can he get up before? Oh, they're going to red flag this one, Roy.
Slipped off on the third turn into the bouncy castle.
Yeah, real shame there for him, but you could just see he was just off his back end a little bit too much, left the front end a little bit light, and unfortunately it was only going to go one way.
Exactly. As the track dries out and the dirt moves out, it gets a bit marbly, doesn't it, at times?
Yeah, it does. You know, you can already see into bend 3 there that it has just got a polished edge on it, especially, you know, with the rubber and the heat. It's going to have a really hard effect on the riders there. There is going to be kind of a one line into there, and it builds up a berm, but that berm can work to some riders' advantage, such as like Greg Blur, who you've seen round the outside there.
That's exactly, yeah, he used it beautifully. I think that race has been awarded by the referee. We're just on the phone at the moment trying to find out, so bear with us.
Yeah, it looks like we've awarded that heat, so Kyle Bickley taking the full 3 points. Lewis Miller 2 and Adam Shepherd 1. And did we get confirmation of the previous race? Yeah, so we can confirm now Greg did get the 2 points for the second. So unfortunate there for Joe, but hey, that was really good racing and it's something that we love to see.
It was a cracking race.
So what heat are we on and who we got out, Roy?
Well, I think it's heat 24. In this one we have Kelsey Dugard in red, blue Archie Freeman, white Benji Compton, and in yellow Paul Cooper.
I'll tell you what, this is another cracking heat, and I don't know who I'm going to call for this one, Roy.
I'll tell you what, I can't call it either, because all the lads have shown glimpses of what they can do today. Kelsey last time out came down when he was trying a big outside swoop. Cooper man looked good last time out, so he'll be buoyed up. But the other two lads, Archie Freeman won his last one, won it well. So I'll go with Archie Freeman on this one.
You're going to go with Archie? I'm going to go with Benji if he comes out. I don't know if he's getting tired or we just weren't expecting that race to be cut short, but that if he actually gets to the line, we're too short here. Roy, I think the older boys, maybe they're stopping and having a brew.
Maybe they're having a Bowen's pie.
Well, I don't think they're that lucky, Roy, but if they were, they'd certainly be powered by pies and definitely be on for a win.
That'll be me tonight, watching the football. 3-2 Newcastle won against West Ham. Have I told you? That's unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jeff.
We've got a comment here for Archie for come on Archie. Yeah. So we've got some Archie fans.
We've got some drama down here on the first and second turn here. You know, Lorraine Turner, Brian Turner's sisters here, and I think that's Jamie Swales' wife.
It is. I thought they were coming here for doing the 30-second. I thought we had Monster Girls coming in.
Oh, yes, Monster Girls. They're not Monster Girls.
What are you? That's terrible.
Oh, here we go. It looks like we've got 3 riders only. No one in white. No Benji Compton.
I bet he's had enough for the day. Oh, what's going on here? Very messy start there for Paul. Kelsey took advantage. I don't know why Archie swung out wide, whether he was just hoping to hit that dirt line first. Very close here, Archie cutting Paul's nose off.
Right. Interesting here, 2 Newcastle gems out in front. Kelsey Dugard and Archie Freeman. Kelsey joined Newcastle this year after spammering for Lassa Pierre at Newcastle.
Kelsey Dugard riding really well. Keeping Archie at bay. He's making him find the line.
Oh, that's a chain gone. That's a nasty one.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, these young lads must be made of rubber. He's got straight up, he is up against his safety fence.
He looks like he's a bit in pain there. What do you think, Roy? Do you think it was a chain?
It sounded that way because there was such a rev just as they went into the turn there.
He just lost the front end there, and obviously if there's no drive from that back wheel, it probably makes sense.
But it was brewing up to be a cracking race between Archie and Kelsey.
It was, Kelsey was making Archie work for that. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened between them boys, but fair play to Archie, up and about. Again, strong stuff. Doesn't look the happiest man, which I'm assuming he wouldn't be after that, because potentially he could have had the win in the bag there.
No, Archie's a fiery little character, and when things like that go against him, he's not a happy bunny. I wouldn't like to be his dad, Paul, at the minute.
Yeah, no, it might be an awkward drive home, that one.
Yeah. But Kelsey pushing his bike back to the pits. Everybody was a bit surprised that he signed for Newcastle this year. Looking at his performance today, looking very good indeed. Trying to find out if this has been awarded. Possibly has, by the way the bikes have disappeared.
Yeah, no, I'm just reading the comments here, Roy, and someone's put engine failure, so maybe that could have also been it. You said you did hear a bit of a rev, and whether it was suck, squeeze, bang, blow, and it just blew. That was it, maybe.
Well, I'm pleased you said that, because I haven't got a clue what you just said. Say that again.
Got Peters here as well. He's saying Watson over Bickley. Really, come on. I don't know what that's regarding, but see what happens here. Right, come on, Roy, shed some light. What heat we on and who we got?
Well, that's a very good question, because I think it's heat 25, and in this one it is Gregor Miller in red, and it is heat 25. In blue, Kieran Douglas. White, Joe Alcock, and yellow Alex Spooner. Joe must be looking for a heat win in this one.
It must be, but I honestly think Alex off the gate 4 can do the business. However, he's not gone as close as to the fence as I would personally go, where the dirt's there. But you know, I think he could possibly do this. But I do think Joe will be out to prove that he can beat everybody in this race.
Certainly will. And he certainly kept the front wheel down this time. Kieran Douglas.
I tell you what a ride for Kieran, and what a shock. Alex Spooner at the back, unfortunately. He's going to be out there to prove wrong. Joe looking comfortably in fourth, but look at Kieran Douglas. He's on his tail.
Right there. I'll tell you what, Gregor Miller, one mistake from Kieran and Gregor will be through. He's keeping it tight line, and he's right down low, but he's locking up coming up the turn and scrubbing his speed off.
Here's Alex Spooner now looking to the outside, looking for some grit. I think he'll be disappointed if he doesn't at least get a point as he goes around the outside now. Finding that dirt line, he's going to pass one, he might go down the shopping aisle and get a 2 for 1. Oh! A little bit of contact there. Good boys keeping it up there on 2 wheels. Fair play.
Tell you what, Alex Spooner, he'd been wishing there was 5 laps.
Yeah, no, you can see he wasn't happy there. I think just touching there, knocked Alex's speed a bit for potentially a second place there.
But Joe Alcock again, jumping out the start, riding a steady 4 laps there and getting the win.
Yeah, can't take anything away from Joe there, that win. Very impressive, got out gated and went. Bit of fresh air is surprising, Roy. You know, if you have a bit of fresh air out in front of you, you can often ride better. I know I ride better if I'm out in front. You've got you can choose where you want to go. You haven't got anybody, you know, making you go outside or inside, and it can make a good difference to get that gate and just disappear.
And I tell you what, it's surprising how much fresh air we've had today, because it's been a beautiful day here at Redcar, with the sun glinting off the ICI plant in the background, or the former ICI plant in the background, and we've got the Yorkie Moors just behind us. If you've never been to Redcar, it's a fabulous place for Speedway, and you get a cracking view of the Transporter Bridge as well. So get yourself to Redcar.
Right, heat 26, Roy, here we go.
Here we go. It is in red, Leon Flint. Blue, George Rothery. White, Jade Mudgway. And in yellow, Tom Woolley. Oh, can Jade get the better of Tom Woolley again?
It's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, I think Leon now has found the dirt just on that inside. He's going to gate and go. But the real question is George going to push both Jade and Tom Woolley wide and take that second place?
Well, exactly. Oh, Jade's left behind a bit this one. Leon Flint moved down into the dirt there and has pulled ahead.
Yeah, you see he's lost a little bit, but he's gained it on the exit, and that'll be it. He'll be checking out at the supermarket now, getting his club points. But the battle is for second as George Rothery is trying against Tom Woolley.
And don't discount Jade yet, he's trying to get that gotten wound up. But I think the dirt's just a bit too loose out there now, a bit too powdery.
Yeah, no, as we said, unfortunately, with the conditions today, it is going to dry up rather quick. We have got a bit of dust, but, you know, the track's done really well so far. I wouldn't count George out yet, he's still trying. As we go into the last corner, is he going to bring something special out the bag?
He's certainly a hard charger.
Leon there going wide for some reason.
But the experience of Tom Woolley there. I'll tell you what, them two lads are Armadale partners. You know,
they are, yeah.
I'll tell you what, there's going to be some action up into the Dales.
It's fair play to George there for trying against Tom. Leon obviously clear winner there, as we thought it would, as called by me, missed it Meg. So yeah, no, good heat there. Shame for Jade as he just got caught wide and unfortunately couldn't hang with the big boys.
Yeah, and before the day is out, Paul is going to tell us the winning lorry numbers for tonight.
I only keep one, and that's for me.
Heat 27 coming up now, and in this one we've got Lewis Miller in red. Blue will be Kyle Bickley. White, Benji Compton. And in yellow, Max Clegg. Will Benji come out?
I think Benji's done for the day. I think he's.
Do you think he's on the oxygen?
Yeah, I think he's done. I can't see a fourth bike there. Whether he's got bike issues or fitness issues, I'm not too sure. I'm hoping it's bike issues because obviously being that I want him on my team, I'm hoping he can do 4 races. We're going to be interested here between Kyle and Max. You know, Kyle's had a few rough races so far, and I think he'd be keen to show himself against Max. But look who's in the sunset horizon. It's Benji joining the team.
Like the phoenix, he rises. Yeah. Certainly short. Well, it looks like an old Sean Wilson bike. Well, the covers are certainly looking like Sean Wilson's bikes.
I spoke to Benji, and you are correct though, Roy. It is a old Sean Wilson bike. It is all borrowed. I think. I think he's going to get some new bikes. It was just go and have a skid. He had a go, and boom, next minute he's riding for Bellevue.
Yeah, and Sean's in the pits with him today, so hence why they've got the bike running again. So this opens this heat up again, but I'm still going to go for Max off gate 4.
I wouldn't like to argue against you, Roy, as Max gets a good drive from gate 4.
Nice, through out of gate 4. But the interesting one now is about you boys.
Oh, Benji pushing Kyle a little bit wider. He cuts Kyle's nose off as he makes 2nd place.
I tell you what, that was a move straight out of his Bola Andres rule book, left straight underneath Kyle there.
Yeah, Benji needed the points. He knows he needed to get a few more, especially after missing that heat. He's making Kyle go the long way around now. But Kyle's not done yet. He's looking on the inside. We've got 1 more lap to go. Max comfortably out in the lead.
That's Craig Miles out in front, but all the action is behind him with Benji Compton and Kyle Bickley. I tell you what, this is a cracking ride by Benji.
Yeah, Benji there just had to bring it home.
Oh-ho!
He liked that 2nd place.
He's a woman and a hollering.
Yeah, really good win there. Really good win, really good pass for the 2nd place. Max again, as we said, clear winner there.
Yes, looking very good there, Max Clegg. But he should do, because I think a lot of people reckon Max Clegg could be heat leader up at Newcastle this year.
Definitely so. It looks like Kyle's steel shoe has come off. Did that have an effect on his ride? I don't know.
Well, it certainly doesn't make it easier, does it? You know, because it obviously couldn't put his foot down on the entry of the turns, but a lot of riders don't anyhow.
Yeah, no, so, you know, especially if it's like flopping about on there, no one likes a floppy, so, you know, he'd be glad to get that shoe back on.
He'll be strapping it on.
He will be strapping that floppy back on.
Now, yes. Here we go, 28. Oh, we won't, because we've got the tractors out, and before we get ourselves into more trouble, I think we'll have a little commercial break. Thank you to NG Light Haulage for their sponsorship today. £300 first prize, £150 for 2nd prize, and £50 for 3rd prize, plus £100 for the most exciting rider who's been Graham Lloyd sponsored.
Now that is a tough call. Who would you today say most impressive rider?
Most impressive? Well, there's loads, but most exciting? Greg Blair?
For me, you know, Greg's up there. Jade, obviously.
Oh, yeah, Jade.
On that old beast. You know what I mean? I think that really does.
Old Smoky.
I really does think it needs to be emphasised on how hard that must be to ride against the laydowns. So he's one. And another one for me, Harry McGurk. You know what I mean? I didn't have him out for doing what he's done today. And you know, if he doesn't get in that final, I think he should give himself a pat on the back because he has done incredibly well today.
Definitely no. And we've now got the tractors just sorting out that team riding positions. Either that or Andrew's stalled it.
So guys, just while there's a quick track gate, I'm going to just grab a few minutes and just get a quick drink. You might want to put the kettle on, do the same. And when we come back for the next few heats, if you could again click that share button. I've noticed we've got, like I say, 365 viewers, which is absolutely incredible. Really glad that everyone's tuned in. So yeah, go and grab a cuppa, and I'll catch you all soon.
Catch you soon, everybody.
Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Just to let you guys know, we are still on a break just while there's a track grading happening. So like I say, grab a cuppa and we'll be back with you shortly. And unless you've got anything to add, Roy, or you'd like to keep talking, keep the guys busy?
No, just to let everybody know that if they've seen that the tractor broke down there on the first turn, they've got it going again now. There was dust in the fuel pump, from what I gather. So expert engineers have got it working, so that'll be back round with the wonder wheel on.
Yeah, no, I saw the hammer out. If in doubt, give it a clout.
Is that not the spanner of choice of most people?
That and duct tape.
Oh, duct tape is the tape of the gods.
Yeah, so like I say, we're just on track grade now. We're going to be about 5 to 10 minutes, guys. So please hold on tight. I know it's not the best thing to watch, these tractors going round, but hey, you know, we've got to get this track prime and ready for the next few races ahead. And what a few races we've got ahead, Roy.
Certainly have, and don't forget we've got 2 semis and a final as well to go. So it's all on the line. There's a lot of riders still in this, and they'll be pushing to get to the semi-finals, because once we get to the semi-finals, it starts again.
Yeah, see, Roy, I don't know whether I'm excited to commentate for the first ever UK race of Speedway. We've been part of this, or I get to say welcome to the men's semis.
Well, it's always nice to say that, you know, you've got to the semi.
Yeah. But yeah, no, guys, thanks again for joining us today. Like I said, I don't know about you, but I am pumped that the Speedway season is starting. You know, we've not got long now until actual league racing begins, but hey, Roy, what a start to the Speedway this meeting has been so far.
I'll tell you what, if this is what we're going to get in the British Isles this year, we are in for a treat of action. You know, we've got the young lads out here and some experienced riders, but we've had some cracking racing, and it's only going to get better.
It is, and I can't believe how so many people I've didn't write off but didn't mention today who really surprised me. Kelsey Dugard, I didn't have him out for winning a couple of races so far, and he has really impressed me.
Was it 2 or 3 years out after breaking his collarbone at Leicester, and he's come out today, and you would never think he's been away.
No, the guy was absolutely swinging. Another one, Harry McGuirk as well today. Didn't have him out for winning any races, but I tell you what, he is on form today. Really doing well, is Harry.
Looking very good indeed, and can't wait to see his brother out in action as well, Sam.
Yeah, definitely. But we've had people that we've not really talked about, silent assassins here. We've got Jason Edwards, another good rider here. We're not really mentioned him too much, but he's come out swinging.
Quality rider, Team GB under 21 team member, and he'll be knocking on the door very soon for the full England team, Great Britain team.
Yeah, no, you see, like I say, you can see why them GP riders have picked him, because he is riding incredibly well.
Yeah, I think it's one of the reasons why Eastbourne's being hotly tipped by a lot of people to do very well. They've gone down the same avenue as what they did a number of years ago, where they've gone for a very youthful team but with a bit of experience in.
Yeah, no, it's a great team. I'm going to be quite nervous, I've got to admit, when I go down and bash some seagulls. Yeah, no, they're a good team. So be interesting to see how they get on, and I'm going to have to definitely get a little bit better for when I go down there.
Certainly, it's an interesting track as well. Very tight, very technical.
I wouldn't say technical's the word. Rough. I mean, yeah, you're probably right. Technical.
Oh. Wait till the Duggards get a hold of you when you get down there.
Hopefully they'll hopefully they'll get hold of a JCB first.
Yeah, there's a tree on the 3rd and 4th turn, which there's a rope over for you. Now it's going to be a cracking season. You look at the Premiership. I can't pick a team to win that league. That's going to be interesting, watching that on Eurosport.
Yeah, definitely. I think really the Championship, for me personally, needs boosting up a little bit. You've got the Championship really kind of taking a strong hold, and I think a couple of them teams could do with really getting together and getting themselves in that Premiership, and having a few more teams in there, because you get some such top races and top quality riders You know, why downgrade it in the championship level? Push it up, get it in that Premiership, and let's have more Premiership teams. That should be the stronger league in my eyes, with the most teams in it.
I certainly agree with you there. I think there should be at least even amount of teams, but it's doing that step. But possibly this year, where it's going to be a large influx of British-based riders, where I think we're going to create stars this year. I think people are going to emerge out to be real stars in their own making. Well, as it was when we had the people like Terry Betts, Martin Ashby back in the day, long before even you thought about Speedway, we created our own stars. And I think that's going to happen in this country, because there is such talent here.
Yeah, 100%, and it even goes down all the way to the National League. You know, you've got, you know, they've lowered the National League there, which allows riders that wouldn't necessarily usually ride in the National League able to ride in it. You've got the restrictions now with the travel of some of the English lads that wouldn't necessarily ride in the Championship, riding in the Championship, and all that does is just progress and progress and progress. You know what I mean? And they brought out the Rising Star programme. I think it's a fantastic programme myself, and I think it's something that needs to happen, because, you know, you need to build, you know, a business takes a long time to build, and it's okay to say, all right, this year we're going to put, you know, all these superstars in it, but them superstars are going to retire at some point, and who's going to fill them boots? Hopefully, these rising stars.
Yep, and I think we've seen it today. You know, we've got some young lads coming out here racing, top class racing, and the future's bright, and the future is British Speedway.
Exactly, Roy. You know, I mean, I'd say there's a good 10 to 12, maybe even riders here today that I would be confident in paying money to go and see. You know, I would pay money to see some of the races that we have seen today. I don't know about you. And if you want to, you know, put your money where your mouth is and help pay for stuff like this, you know, we do have the donation area. If you go onto the Redcar Speedway Facebook page, there is a link there. Just while we're on a break there, maybe if you could just donate £1 or £10, you know, or whatever you think this meeting is worth, just to really help us out, guys, and help Speedway out. We'd really appreciate it.
Exactly. And it looks like the riders are coming out, and we're about to stand back up again.
Yeah, no, I think we are going to stand back out. It looks like someone's going the wrong way around the track. I don't know if they know which way it goes. Is that Elliot Kelly? That can't be. Oh, Danny Smith, sorry.
Yeah.
Just the same colours there, I thought.
Danny out for his normal practice start on the back straight. So, let's have a look at the full lineup for Heat 28. 28, we're flying through these. In red is Paul Cooper. Blue, Danny Smith. White, Mason Watson. And yellow, Luke Ruddock. Oh, I think the Razor and Cooper man could be the two to watch in this one.
Yeah, interesting to see really there. Luke not really doing any much gardening. He must be confident that he can get out of that gate. Obviously as well, to be fair, the track has just been prepped, but no gardening there for Luke. He's just going to line straight up from 4.
He's obviously seen something up there he likes.
Yeah, just pointing his bike a little bit in the direction of Ben 1 there. Not too much, he's kept it a lot straighter than a lot do.
I'm a bit worried at the angle Cooper's at, like, but but Paul's a cracking motorcyclist, full stop.
He's very close there to the white line, obviously trying a bit of dirt there that no one else has tried.
Exactly. Here we go.
Let's have you then. Oh, Paul Cooper with a good inside line there. Blue Ruddock railing the outside. Can he get it done?
Aye, Cooper's knocked him off, going down the back straight. The wily old fox, Paul Cooper, keeping it tight, keeping it on the blue groove.
Yeah, Blue Ruddock's tried hard here, but vision's becoming a problem now.
Obviously can't water the inside of the track right this late in the meeting because of it's so dry. Luke trying
Luke trying everything he can, but he's got no answer for Paul here as Paul's coming up. Keeps swinging right there. Can we see anything from Luke on the last lap? He's trying a new line.
He's trying everything. He's pulling every sinew in his arms, trying to get some speed out of that bike. But it looks like Paul Cooper is rolling back the clock.
Paul Cooper with the win there. Very impressive there on a borrowed bike, I believe, as well.
Yep, he's out on one of Liam's bikes today. It's
again, got to be impressive for Paul, because has he been out? Has he been even out on a practice?
I don't think he's done any practice either.
Just to come out and do what he's doing. Daniel Blur getting his money worth. Is it Daniel Blur getting his money worth? Danny Smith, sorry, getting his money worth for these practice starts.
And I'm just looking at this rock that I've got in front of us now. I thought something hit us straight on the head.
Might have knocked some sense into you, Roy.
Oh, don't be
anyway,
daft.
who's on the next heat?
Well, let's have a look. I'll fill my programme in first for this one, but next one, 29, and it is gentleman we spoke about just before there, Harry McGurk. He's in red, blue. Kelsey Dugard, we spoke about him as well. White, Adam Shepard, and in yellow. That'll be free because that was Elliot Kelly. And if you missed what we announced earlier on, Elliot did have a big crash early on after looking very impressive, but he is just bruised, badly bruised, but he'll be up and about very soon, back in action, probably next weekend he'll be out practicing.
Yeah, that was an incredible crash there by Elliot. I still can't believe he's got up. If you guys are just joining us afterwards, I think you can re-watch this and like I say, you'll see how tough he is. It's definitely going to be one of the highlights of the day to see how he stood up. But we're getting ready for the next heat now.
Yeah, it also shows how good the safety fence here is at Redcar, that it took the impact. Right, who we're going to go for? Do you fancy Kelsey, Harry McGurk, or could Adam come to the party?
It looks like just before we start here, Kelsey Dugard not quite happy with how far Harry is, making him move there. Kelsey's done some, looks like he was digging for gold just on the start, so has he seen something off gate 2 that I can't see from here?
I'm not sure. He's moved over, he's certainly moved over, but he's digging into another groove there. But, as you say, he's going for gold, he's having a bit of a Spandau Ballet moment.
So I personally think Harry wants to win this one. He's been getting really good results so far, and I think you're going to watch it. See how he's just angled a little bit towards Kelsey. If he can get the front wheel in front of Kelsey off that gate, he's going to win it.
Exactly, yeah.
And there we go, just as I said. Harry's not giving up. He's making Kelsey go the long way around.
Yeah, he just moved over slightly on the first and second turn, but Kelsey trying to cut back, but he blocked that off.
Yeah, see. The track's getting slick now, and it is getting hard to find a different line to pass. Like I said, Harry, I could call it before. I knew he wanted that one. I could tell from his attitude he was ready.
I've got to admit, I've been very impressed with both these lads today. Harry McGurk, in his first full season of racing 500s this year, looks a real hot prospect. But the return of Kelsey Dugard's looking very good also.
Yeah, Kelsey Dugard looking very impressive. But Harry just bringing it home nice and smooth. Another win for Harry McGurk. What a result for him.
Oh, you're not biased from the Bellevue Colts, are you?
Well, definitely not. But very impressive for Harry there. I can see him taking my spot in the main body for sure after that result.
You looking forward to this season?
Oh, I'm pumped for this season. I was looking forward to last season. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, it'll sharp come around. Only, what, 4 weeks now? 4 or 5 weeks? Oh. Life is becoming normal again. Well, as normal as it can get with me and you, I suppose.
As I said, guys, if you could all just do us a quick favour, I know some views have just dropped a little bit. If you could just share this as we get close towards the last few races, coming up towards the final. It's going to be one you're going to watch live. You want to know what happens first, see it live. If you could just quickly share the link now, I'd appreciate it a lot. If you're on any Facebook Speedway groups, maybe put it in there just to let everybody in Speedway know where we are.
Put it in any group you're in.
Put it in any group you're in.
Anything, laundry, hockey, anything. Here we go. Heat 30. We're at Heat 30. Danny Phillips is in red off gate 1. Greg Blair, blue, gate 2. Ryan MacDonald in white, gate 3. And off gate 4, it's Jason Edwards. I tell you what, this is a cracking lineup.
This is it, and like I say, Jason, we've not talked a lot for me about Jason Edwards, and like I say, he's a really good rider, and it's going to be interesting to see him up against Danny Phillips as well, because Danny's obviously leading at the moment, or was leading, So it's going to be interesting to see if he can keep hold of that lead and get first gate pick for semi.
Certainly, Greg late up to the start here, but he's got himself nicely settled right in the middle of the track there off gate 2.
Yeah, no, Greg again, you know, someone we've not talked about in this heat so far. Loves the outside, so you know, as you can see on the track, there's kind of a one line, whereas Greg's got one line, but his line is different to everybody else's. So very, you know, we're going to be interesting to see his.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if that outside line can work for him.
And they're off. Jason Edwards off that outside, but Danny Phillips won't be denied. Oh, it's the down the straight.
Oh, that was tight. Danny Phillips going up the outside, but there's no dirt there. Greg Blair on the inside.
Oh, Greg Blair cutting Danny's nose off. What a race. Greg Blair got his eyesight on Jason Edwards, but Danny Phillips not giving up either.
Tell you what, Greg Blair's riding a cagey line around the third, fourth, making ground up all the time. Jason Edwards hasn't got this in the bag yet.
As we come round for the last lap, riders just start finding the groove now. Jason Edwards comfortably out in front now, but the battle is for second place.
Tell you what, very interesting lines being ridden out there. Jason Edwards is striding about mid-track, but Greg Blair was getting a lot of speed on the inside. But Jason, cracking win yet again for the Young England International.
Very good win there for Jason. Like I say, we've not talked enough about him, and just getting another win there. Greg, another great ride, cutting Danny's nose off there. Really good move, to be honest, and I don't think Danny expected it.
No, certainly Greg Blair there. It's when you think he rode the amateur meetings last year just for a bit of fun, won the amateur championship at Redcar here over the full season, and is now gone with the Berwick Bullets in the National League. And I'll tell you what, they're looking really strong.
Again, you know, obviously I'm going to big Bellevue up, but to be fair to Berwick, they have got a strong team. They've got like 3 number 1s in there. You know, we've just seen Greg come out and do the business. So you've got Carl, Leon, Greg, all could be number 1s. So that's 1, 3 and 5 there. So they're going to be really strong heat leaders compared to the rest of the National League. But hey, Benji's come out and done the business for us here. So I think we'll certainly give them a good competition come May the 22nd.
Yeah, and Jason, who I believe he's still riding in the National League this season, isn't he? I'm trying to think. Is he with Mildenhall? Let's have a look. I've got it written.
Yeah, he's got a Mildenhall, Fen Tigers, and Eastbourne as well. So he's doubling up. So it'll be great for him to double up. Obviously, it's double the meetings, and just gets a bit more experience. Looks like we're just having some problems with some tapes here, guys. How many men does it change to take to do some tapes? We're going to find out.
Well, yeah, it's one of the joys of Speedway watching the start gate lads. They do a cracking job, but I think that's just tightening it up a bit, trying to stop it waving as much in the wind, because the wind has got up here, which is obviously drying the track out a lot quicker than what it was earlier on. Still some cracking action, so please stop with us, and as I say, thanks very much to NPNG Light Haulage for their sponsorship today. The lads are racing for the Caroline Parr Memorial, and who is going to pick that trophy up at the end of the day? I'll tell you what, it's anybody's guess at the moment.
It is anybody's guess, and like I say, with £300 up for Gramps, £150 for second, and £50 for third, you know, I mean, I think everyone's going to want to get in that final to be in a chance of taking home a bit of prize money or a bit of beer tokens.
Yeah, you know, it gives you a little bit of help for the start of the season, and, you know, if you win something, you can then go out and get yourself a few bits and bobs that you might not have been able to afford.
Well, that's it, you know, you've got to remember as a Speedway rider, a lot of the parts are expensive, Roy, and sponsorship is hard to come by. A lot of riders as well will take a name, put it, a bit of sponsorship. It's always worth it if you've got a favourite rider. Maybe send them a message on Facebook, saying I'd like to support you, and I'm sure most riders would do a bit of a package for you.
Right, I suddenly got a little bit baffled every programme, but I've worked it out now what's happening here. In red, it's Gregor Miller. Blue, Luke Muff. In white, it's Alex Goldsborough. And in yellow, it's Lewis Miller. Anybody's race this one.
This is nice to have an evenly matched race, but it looks like Miller.
Lewis Miller around the outside. I tell you what, his brother Gregor will not be happy about that.
I'll tell you what, this is probably one of the closest races between all four of them we've seen.
Yeah. And Luke Moff there in second place, Luke in blue. A friend of Sean Wilson's, rode in the lower divisions last year, the 500 in the amateurs, but has stepped up this year and is certainly looking very good indeed.
He's in a Miller sandwich right now. Wow, I think he fancies a chance of passing Lewis. I think he's going to make a brave move through the next couple of corners. I can see him lining himself up, getting tempted. Are we ready? If it's going to happen, it's going to happen here. He's going for the outside.
He's certainly trying everything he can, you think?
I personally don't think he's close enough, but we'll see.
I'll tell you what, if he doesn't watch it, the Miller boys is going to duff him up. Has he got it? I think he got it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy now, easy now. Flipping out. Flipping out. I thought he thought the race was finished then. Jesus.
I'll tell you what, that was cracking action. So, you know, some of the lesser lights of today's meeting getting out there and entertaining us brilliantly.
That's what you got to remember, Roy. You know, just because they're not, you know, the likes of Carl Bickley, Leon Flynn, Jason Edwards, these are still very good riders and they can make some fantastic racing.
Oh, certainly. I love watching the junior meetings, like the development leagues, like the Northern Development League, Midlands, where the lads are coming through who are not at National League standard yet, but they're getting there.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and it's interesting to see. I think it's more, you know, you can go to one of them meetings and then go to the next meeting and physically watch the riders improve as the year goes on. And not only that, like I say, you do get some really good close racing. They seem to race a lot closer, very evenly matched, and maybe the speed's not there, but the racing certainly is.
That's it. It's fast enough to win the race. And
anyway, Roy, what heat we on and who we got?
We're on 32 now, and in this one we've got in red Alex Spooner. In blue, Jade Mudgway is back out. Here the cheers of New Zealand. White, it is Jason Edwards, and in yellow, Sam Woolley. I tell you what, it's a tough one this for Jade, but he'll be looking for points. And Sam Woolley there, bike has stopped.
Has he forgot to fuel her up?
Well, you can tell by our view here that Jade's put another bucket of coal on the bike.
Spooner off the inside. Could be one to watch for me now. Like I say, he's up against, you got Jason Edwards. He's just done one before, so he's only had a race to rest. So it'll be interesting to see if Alex can do something here off that inside gate.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Jade will be fired up because a duck egg last time out. You'll certainly want to get some points on the board. And thankfully Sam Woolley's got his bike going. So we are going to have 4 starters in this one. Somebody's bike's popping and banging.
The birds are chirping as they press the clutch levers. As we get ready for heat 32, let's have you. Oh, is it Jade again? Oh, I thought Jade was going to get it then, but it was Jason Edwards once again starting from a shock for me. Jade Mudgway in second place, Alex Spooner in third.
Jade Mudgway is not giving up on this one. He's chasing the young pretender, Jason Edwards.
I'll tell you what, he needs to get this Rider of the Day award because what he's doing now is so impressive. On and upright.
32-year-old, and that's the bike.
Keeping up with these boys. I think Alex is looking at him though, he's sniffing him out. I don't think he's close enough, but you never know.
Possibly a fitness thing with Jade now, but he's still doing it. I can't believe he's sticking it on the white lane.
And there we have it. Jason Edwards in first, Jade Mudgway second, Alex Spooner third, Sam Woolley in fourth. But hey, what a ride from Jade to get second.
Absolutely superb. Jade Mudgway, is he going to hand in his team manager's job? Looking by the gentleman to my left who's smiling and laughing his socks off, I don't think so. I think Jade's team manager's job's safe.
What's that? He's signing for the main team.
Number 1, eh? Here we go. Heat 33. Not long now. 3 more races and then we get to the semis. Out in this one we've got Kieran Douglas in red. Good ride from Kieran last time out. In blue, George Rothery. Your mate, your hero today. You really
George
fancy
is, like I
him.
say, George has impressed me today, especially with that way. I think his first outing was absolutely incredible for the lads. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Greg Blair in white, and Greg will be wanting to win this one to get a chance of getting into the semis. And in yellow, it's Luke Muff, probably the most improved rider on the show today.
Yeah, Luke's come on leaps and bounds since this morning. You saw him come out there swinging in that last one. But I think it's going to be interesting between George and Greg, because both of these riders are wild, and if they get together, we're going to have a bit of a storm on our hands.
I think we better step back a bit. I think we're a bit too close to the track here.
Just looking on the YouTube comments, the fans absolutely loving Jade. He's got to be a favourite today, hasn't he?
Oh, I think it's an overwhelming crowd favourite. You know, if this was Cardiff, he would be the Bomber Harris of the meeting.
And it looks like Luke Muff is not going to bother coming out tonight. He's,
oh, that's a shame. So here we go, strap yourself in.
George going for that inside, and he's got it. But Greg Blair powerhouse around the outside. It's a ball into corner 3.
Side by side, that you couldn't get a cigarette paper between them.
And Greg now powering round the outside, gets the lead, but what a close first lap.
I tell you what, George Rothery, he'll walk away from today and he'll probably not be happy, but when he has a look back, he'll be overjoyed because he's been brilliant.
George has been on fire for me today. Blackpool superb. You know, like I said, look at Greg, you know, he's a heat leader and he's keeping with him.
Yeah. You know, George was a former Northern Development League Riders champion, but this is a massive step up for him today.
Definitely, you know, he's going to be coming in at a reserve as well. So I think all the other teams better watch out, because I think he's going to be one of the strongest reserves out there.
Exactly, yeah. So, cracking win with Greg. He's certainly got himself in the frame for a semi-final position now. And just a shame that George is not going to make the semi-final, because he's been value for money as well today.
He has been value for money, you know, and I think he should go home and hold his head high, because he's done an absolutely fantastic job today. Because it is a tough field, such a tough field today.
Oh, it is. I'll tell you what, there'll be championship and National League meetings this year, which will you know, have a weaker lineup. Silence falls on the Media Prima Arena, but not for very long, because we've got 2 more heats and the first semi-final. And out in 34 we have got Max Clegg in red, blue Mason Watson, white, well, there'll be no Elliot Kelly, and in yellow Archie Freeman. Could be an interesting one here between Max and Archie Freeman. I've got a funny feeling Archie will be fired up after his little fall before.
Yeah, you see, like Max Clegg, you know, he came out swinging, but for me, just gone off the pace a little bit. Whether he thought it was a bit too easy and with that first one and come off the pace a little bit, and I think Archie's out there to prove himself, so it is going to be one to watch. Max is off the inside though, and he's doing some early gardening, looking to get that hole shot. I think it's so important now. The track is changing, it's getting very hard to pass with the slick conditions, so the start is so important, Roy.
Yeah, certainly is, and I'm just looking up in the pits here and just wondering if Archie is actually coming out for this one after he's off earlier on.
Oh yeah, I forgot there, Roy, he did have his engine failure and unfortunately decked it in that thing. I don't think he's got a spare bike with him. It doesn't look like he's coming out.
Lap 2 only. That's race time. Well, what I noticed there, Max Clegg off the start lifted right to the first turn, so obviously that bike is pulling like a traction engine.
Yeah, see, it's always been a thing for Max, to be fair. He's always got that front wheel off in the ground. But you know what, Mason Watson, he needs to learn from this, follow Max, learn something. He's keeping him inside.
It certainly is. He's keeping Max honest in this one. That's for sure.
Yeah, see, like I say, he just needs to use it as a practice, learn from Max, and take this home for Max. Obviously, this is just a nice, easy ride and a free trip to the Senate.
I'm so pleased for Max Clegg because he went through a real hard time when he was up at Edinburgh and came to Newcastle, and the fans up there took to him straight away, and he proved to be a real star for them, and I think he's going to be a star for them again this year.
Yeah, no, he is a good rider, Max, and you've got to remember he's still young as well, so lots of room for improvement there from Max. I can only see him getting better and better.
But as we say, big call out to Mason there. Cracking ride.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I say he kept Max, at a decent level there, and he's a very good rider. I think Daniel Smith's going to wear his clutch out all these practice starts he's doing.
I know, he must be sponsored. Let's have a look at the lineup. This is the last qualifier before the semis, and in red we have got Kyle Bickley, blue Alex Goldsborough, white Kelsey Dugard, and yellow Danny Smith. Tell you what, both Kyle and Kelsey will be looking for a win here to pick the points
again,
up.
I would usually call Kyle on this, but Kelsey's been riding absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately for Kelsey, he's off gate 3, which right now he's getting a little bit slick. Gate 1's just got that little bit more of advantage, so don't be surprised if you see Kyle Bickley come out swinging, getting the whole shot first.
You're not saying that because he's from Cumbria, from where you are, right? Is it?
I'm not from Cumbria.
Are you not from Cumbria? You just sound...
There's only 2 hours between us, boy. There's only 2 hours between us. You were close. So, E35, let's have you. As I said, Kyle Bickley high in front.
Tell you what, you called it there, Kyle straight out the start, but Kelsey squared up on the first and second turn.
Yeah, to me though, he didn't quite have it. I think he's got it on his hands now, but he's charging it, the boy.
Tell you what, he's used that blue groove down low.
Yeah, see, Kelsey riding with a lot of aggression. I think he really wants to win this.
Everybody says that Kelsey Dugard's just a little track rider because of the years he rode at Eastbourne, but they forget that he had 1 year at the Isle of Wight.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he is keeping Kyle in very close check. Kyle's only got to make a small mistake, but I think as we come to the finish line, it's going to be Kyle Bickley first, Kelsey Dugard second, Daniel Smith in third, and Adam Shepherd fourth.
Cracking right there by Kyle, that's exactly what he needed.
Sorry, Alex Goldberg in fourth. As we complete all the heats now, we're going to have to get out our calculators.
Socks and shoes. Off.
Get our arithmetics out and speak to the men that know.
Well, that won't be us. So, bear with us everybody, we will be back very soon. I'm not sure if they're doing a track grade or whether they're just going to get on with it.
Oh, here we go. So, semi-finalists, we have Leon Flint, Jason Edwards, Danny Phillips, Greg Blurd, Jade Mudgway, is that Jade?
Jade Mudgway, Tom Woolley, and I didn't quite catch the last 2 there.
Oh, sorry, things change around now.
No.
Sorry, yeah, they're on the top. Here we are. We're not.
That's just the scorers. We don't know what's in the groups, right? So bear with us. The tractors are out. The sun's out.
So let's go back to God. So Group A, I believe. Leon Flint, Jason Edwards, Danny Phillips, Greg Blur, Jade Mudgway just missing out there.
Oh, how we. The crowds are. Well, I haven't got a crowd.
Okay, coming on to Group B now. We have Max Clegg, Luke Ruddock, Harry McGuirk and Carl Bickley.
Oh, Carl Bickley once again, just narrowly in.
Yeah, Paul Cooper, Benji Constant and Kelsey Dugard unfortunately missing out the level pegging. I thought, are we having a runoff or? We don't know.
Yeah.
Right, we're waiting on the ref whether we will be having runoffs or not.
Yeah.
But as it stands at the moment, they are your semi-finalists.
And Benji Compton actually missed a race. So, right then, everybody, tweet in or message in. Tell us who you think's going to win. I still haven't got a clue, but that's me. I just don't have a clue.
So guys, as we get prepared for the semis, the riders are going to be choosing the gates. I don't think we might get word on who's got what. We're just going to try and get communication now of who's what, where. Like I say, thanks again, guys, for everyone that's tuned in today. It's been absolutely amazing to do with the commentary for this. I hope I've done a good job for my first go at commentary. Roy's been giving me a few tips and telling me how to commentate as well.
Well, I wouldn't have a clue, would I? No, it's been a cracking afternoon. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
News just in.
Oh.
Fan favourite, Jade Mudgway is in the semis.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, unfortunately for Greg Blur, done on the count back, Jade Mudgway has made it to the semis. What a turnout.
Move over, Barry Briggs, Ronnie Moore, Ivan Major. Jade Mudgway is the hero of the islands. Just wonder what time it is in New Zealand. Are you still awake? We're sat here with bated breath waiting to find out who's off what gate.
We're just waiting now on confirmation on the gates.
What gate would you take, Paul, if you had first choice?
If I had first choice, just because I like it, it would be gate 4. It is my favourite here. The dirt, as long as you can get to that corner first from gate 4, pick the dirt line, the race is yours. However, I believe now, just looking at the last few races there, I believe you can do it from gate 1. I think gate 3, I think you've got a big task ahead to get the drive there. But also, I've been looking gate 2 towards the white line in the middle. There seems to be some traction there, whether there's a bit of moisture in the ground or not. I've seen a few of the riders get a good start from there. So if I was watching and I had gate 2, I know where I'd be going at gate 2.
And gate 3 is just a graveyard.
I personally think you're going to struggle to get gate 3, but there is some starters that can get some good starts and some slick stuff, and you know it only takes a bit of a mess up, and you could have that line.
Certainly going to be very interesting. We've had a cracking afternoon. 8 riders still in this. 8 riders can all still pick up the £300 first prize and the trophy for the Caroline Parr Memorial. And I tell you, once again, thank you to everybody that's watched today, everybody who's contributed. Thank you to my compadre beside us here, Paul. It's been a cracking afternoon.
Roy, I have enjoyed it thoroughly. It was worth travelling up from Costa del Surely to this. It's been a fantastic experience for myself to be part of commentary, and it's something I'd love to do more, but I just think I need a little bit more practice. But it's been great to do it today.
As I say, practice makes perfect, and certainly.
It does. We're just getting a bit of water now coming on the track as well.
Will that affect things?
Will that affect things? I think they're going to struggle because it's just not going to soak in, unfortunately. There is a lot of dust there. But it will. It can put you off a little bit as a rider. You see a bit of water. It's the same when you're driving a car. You slow down a little bit. But it looks like it's just watering the outside as a bit of a form of a line there. If anyone's brave enough to hit it.
The Mudger. Could the Mudgway be going into the deep stuff?
Could he make the now that would be a score that just to make the
I'll tell you
final,
what.
wouldn't it? Just to make the final.
That would be in the Gazette.
But you know, you've got to remember, Roy. Now, you know they've got to the semis. The dream or the hope of winning that 300 quid suddenly becomes realistic now, and I think you'll go out your way to get that 300 quid, and you'll probably ride a little bit harder than you did in the heats.
Well, that's it. You're starting from the beginning again, isn't it? You know, the qualifying heats are done. This is now 2 races for the prize.
It is, and I think obviously with Speedway, you know, it's quite harsh, really. You could be top point scorer right now and not make the final by not getting top 2 in the semis.
This is why, in a way, I don't like the semi-final final. But for the public, it's so much better.
It is. Like you say, and it can be a devastating blow if you don't make it to that final. Yeah. Put you as top scorer in that. I'd hate to be that. Come on, who are we thinking now? Who's going to be your man? Are you going to watch the semis and then tell me more, Roy?
I've still got an inkling for Max Clegg, I've got to admit.
Yeah.
But then again, Jason Edwards.
I think Jason Edwards has just been digging away silently, and I think he could be the man for the job.
It's certainly not over. The fat lady hasn't even started warming up yet. Or the fat Geordie.
I was going to say, if it's the fat Geordie, he's already gone.
But thank you again to everybody. Redcar Speedway needs a massive round of applause for putting this on today. First meeting in the country for 2021, and I tell you what, the rest have got a lot to live up to, because this has been one cracking afternoon, some superb racing and some new stars coming to the fore.
Definitely. And just a quick one, Roy, on the YouTube live chat, if you're watching, I see you can leave a comment and we will get in touch with you. There's a couple of people here supporting Team Flint, and that's someone else we just didn't think about. There's Leon, and Leon's been riding incredibly well.
He certainly has. He's a very, very talented young man, and I think, Berwick in both their teams this year are going to do very well, and both Leon and Kyle Bickley at reserve for the Bandits on that big, fast, wide Shieldfield Park as it is now. I'll tell you what, they're going to take some stopping.
They are definitely going to take some stopping, and they're only going to learn. And that's what you've got to remember. They're so young against a lot of them reserves. They might come in and beat them at first, but they're going to plug away. The National League as well, so they're going to get double the track time that the lads are going to get. So it's going to be interesting to watch them. Also news here from Jason Pipe in the comments. Just spoke to Elliot's granddad, Ed, and El's a bit shook up, an aching body. The bike's written off, but at least El is able to walk away, so that's fantastic news for that. He's going to mend. Unfortunately, the bike won't, but really good news, Roy. Especially that crash was horrendous.
It was horrendous. It was just a racing incident. Both lads going for it. We've both been very impressed with Elliot, the way he drove today, and it was a shame it ended up that way, but he'll bounce back. And I tell you what, Milton Hall have got a real good one there for this season. I think he's going to be a real star for them.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's definitely going to be one to watch. And again, like I said to you, I saw him riding at Leicester, and from when I saw him riding last time, it was a totally different rider, and that was probably about 6-10 months ago. So if you see him in another 6 months, I certainly think he'll be doing the business, because I remember when I think I rode with him a while ago and I beat him, and I don't think I'd beat him judging from what I saw today. So yeah, he's definitely going to be one to watch, and I think he'll be improving very shortly.
Right, it sounds like we might be getting the runners and riders for the 2 semi-finals. I'm just waiting to see if it's going to appear up on my screen. Who's been the brave one to take gate 4 in the semi-finals? Because I think a lot of the lads who's got the first pick will go for gate 1.
Yeah. Matt Mitchell Davies saying Team Clegganator or Team Flint for the win.
Ooh. Well, it's typical Mitchell there, going for 2 riders. Come on, Mitchell, get off the fence.
Someone saying hello to New Zealand.
Hello, New Zealand.
Must be a Jade. Is he from New Zealand then?
He is, yeah.
Kiwi.
Yeah. Married a lass from Teesside, hence why he's still with.
Flipping out, how far did he have his Tinder on?
What's Tinder?
Yeah, you might be better off with Grindr, Roy. Anyway.
Tiger. That's a bit strong. I used to like you. The bike started, but we don't. That sounds. Yeah, the lineup's coming up on my screen soon.
Who've we got?
Ooh.
Semi-final number 1.
It's like waiting for the lottery number.
So this works, by the way. It's a top scorer of Group A, first pick. Second scorer from Group B is the second pick. Third scorer from Group B.
Oh, it's off the screen.
Here we go. Yes, off. The semi-1, we've got Leon choosing my favourite gate in yellow. Jade Mudgway off white. Harry off 2. And that's, sorry, I missed the...
Leon Flynn off yellow. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Tough one to call.
Tough one to call. I'm going to go with Flint. He's picked my favourite gate as I predicted. But as I said, Luke Ruddock off gate 1, he can do it.
I'm going to go for the Razor. Luke Ruddock. Well, that's the kiss of death of them two riders. So watch Harry McGurk and Jade fly out here.
Oh, see, I forgot about Harry as well there. Don't be surprised. I think he wants this. Oh, looks to me like Leon's playing mind games now.
Yeah. And I've just noticed Jade Mudgway has just asked to see where the green light is.
Do you think he's forgot?
Six rides in, and he's just asked for
I never get that one. I never get that one.
Yep. I tell you what, Greg Blair might be not in this, but Ollie the dog's excited as well.
Okay, going to be very interested here. Harry's already set up. He just wants to go right away.
Gate 1 and 2, well, certainly Gate 1, very glisteningly.
It is, but there's traction in that water, Roy. You could be surprised.
Oh.
Leon's doing a little bit of mind games here. He's just revving people up now. Usually, if you've noticed, he's gone straight to the tapes every time, whereas now he's doing a bit of playing, messing about.
He's got his game head on.
He has definitely got his game head on. As we go for the first semi, and it's Leon off gate 4 that's got a whole shot in. Harry McGuire there off 2. Oh, Jade McGuire going to make the final.
I tell you what, he was savage on that first turn there.
Jade McGuire is off, and he's having a comfortable second. I cannot believe my eyes. Jade is in second place.
Could the 32-year-old engine with the 32-year-old man get to the final?
Luke Ruddock will not be happy, and he's going to try.
Oh, he's got to on the inside.
Oh, Jade McGuire shuts him off. He's got one more lap to do. Hang on, Jade.
Can the Silver Fox beat the young pretender? Flint is gone. He's in the final.
I don't think Luke's close enough. Jade is going to make it. This is going to be one for the box.
Oh, listen to the crowd.
They are loving it. Jade is in the final.
Unbelievable, Jeffrey.
Luke. Leon, sorry, may have won it, but Jade has stole the show with
the
that
People's Champion has done it. He's got to the final. Oh, I'm going to have a lie down.
I'll tell you what, if I was a betting man, I would have lost on Jade making the final.
But now can you win the final?
Right. Now come on, Roy.
Can you win the
now
final?
Come on, I think that is asking too much.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, I bet Luke is fuming at the fact that he's just been beaten.
Well, he's probably just too busy laughing.
Machine. But anyway, on to semi-2.
Run through it.
We've got Greg. We've got Clegg off gate 1 in red. Phillips on blue, gate 2. Edwards white off gate 3. Carl Bickley off gate 4 yellow. Strange pick there for Edwards for me.
Because he had first choice as well.
Yeah,
Jason Edwards
very-
had first choice. He's gone for 3.
Very strange there for Edwards for me. I don't get that one, but
Does he know something we don't?
But then again, wasn't Jade off gate 3?
He was, but he was ruthless on the first and second turn.
He was ruthless. Now
He turned back the clock. I tell you what, the Premiership will be looking at him now.
I'll tell you what, looking at this lineup, this could be the final. These are some top quality riders, and we're going to have to say goodbye to 2 of them.
I know. I can't pick 2 to go through. This could be the race of the day.
It could be. For me, it's between Jason, Danny, and Max. But for me, it's worrying Jason picking gate 3, but he might prove me wrong. I hope so.
Yeah, could Kyle get the run around the outside?
Well, yeah, I'm hoping Kyle maybe has found something that can click for this last one to
I'll
get
tell
in
you
the
what, he's
final.
faffing about.
He is faffing. It's them mind games. I'm telling you, Roy. Max off. Oh, he's getting tight into 2. Danny Phillips going back.
Oh, what a move by Danny Phillips!
Kyle going down the shopping, getting a 2 for 1. Well, you could throw a blanket over these riders. What a race! Mr. Danny Phillips steals it for first. Carl Bickley going for second.
I tell you what, this is like a Grand Prix final, never mind the semi-final of an amateur meeting.
I've struggled to commentate on how good this race is. Cal making a blast for the last.
Is he going to do it? Can he get around? Danny Phillips hasn't made a mistake.
Kyle trying to get Danny. Max trying to get Kyle. Kyle going for the inside. He's done it.
Oh, what a dive!
What a ride from Bickley. And Jason Edwards is in the back.
Max Kang's back in it around the outside.
Is Danny going to be able to make it? Who? Oh my God, I cannot call who got that. What a race.
I tell you what,
That's got to be the heat of the night.
never mind, that's the heat of the year. If anybody can get better than that this year, I'll tell you what, unbelievable. I've turned into Frankie Howard.
Fair play to Kyle Bickley. I said it was between Danny, Max and Edwards, and I was hoping he'd found something, and he proved me wrong there. He found it, went from 3rd to 1st. Jason, unfortunately, out of the semi-final, out of the final. Pick that gate 3. I said to you it was a bad gate to pick. I was
We couldn't
right on that
believe he
one.
picked that.
I could not believe he picked that. Like I said to you, if you get on that inside, you've got it. Like I say, I personally think gate 3 is a bad choice. But Carl Bickley coming from 3rd, just proving he can do it and can make the passes.
Oh, he certainly did. You know, he's at times he's struggled today, but when the going got tough, he got going.
He did get going indeed, and like I say, that was the ride of the night for me. Carl there for me, that ride. I'm not saying it could take over Jade as the rider of the day, but certainly a race there to. It's got to be a highlight, that one.
Oh, definitely. But who got second? That's what we need to know.
Well, that's it. I personally think it was Cleggy, but we're
I
finding
thought it
it
was
now.
Danny Phillips. Wait, we're on the phone to the referee. And it's coming through. It was
Max Clegg!
Oh,
Oh, Danny's got to be devastated to be winning it and then have it snatched away from him on the last bend. Fair play to Max there for getting into the semi.
But that throws it open now, because we all picked Max. Well, I picked Max Clegg to win the final, but now it looks like he could get gate 3.
He could get gate 3, you're right there, Roy. It could really turn around now to Bickley.
Well, yeah, he's going to be pumping after that one.
He is going to be pumping. So Leon now and Kyle. It still could be Max. I don't want to say Jade as a 4th, but I'm sorry, Roy. I'm gonna have to say he's gonna get beaten.
Well, let's put it this way: if he does, I think everybody will agree with me. He has to be the most exciting rider of the day.
He definitely does. Looking at the YouTube comments, you guys absolutely love that race. That's got to be one of the best races of the year, and we're only at the start.
Yep, and believe it or not, this is the first time Redcar's ever done anything like this. The first time the cameraman's done anything like this. This is our first time we've ever done anything like this. And I tell you what, things can only get better.
They can, Roy. You know, I'm a big time for first time things, and this has been absolutely incredible to I can't even say my words. Take part. I'll say take part rather than participate because I can't say it. Yeah. Everyone's laughing at me there. A bit of dyslexia. But no, it's been great to take part in this, and I've absolutely enjoyed it. I hope you guys do as well. If you enjoyed it, guys, please let us know. And again, if you wouldn't mind, after the final, if you go on the Redcar Speedway Facebook page, there is a donate section there. If you just donate to this meeting, like I say, just a couple of quid, just to help put towards the cost of this, and hopefully we can improve on the next meeting that we do here, and we'll just grow it from there. But
yeah, we need all you can give, because I think me and Paul are going to need a lie down and a rub down after this, because unbelievable stuff, so exciting. You know, you watch the big lads doing the Grand Prix, you watch the league race, and you watch the Polish Speedway, which everybody screams and dances about saying it's brilliant. I tell you what, that last race knocked socks off. Everybody, show that race to anybody who once went to Speedway, because I tell you what, if they watch that race, they'll come back to Speedway.
Yeah, that is, you know, that is British Speedway at its best. You know,
you nearly said out the top draw there.
I didn't say out the top draw because we've only got a table here. I'll tell you what, I think I say, you know, anyone watching Speedway would have just had an absolute ball there, because we did too. And you know, from Carl to go from third to first, Danny to go from first to third. Unfortunately, Jason was just, you know, trying to mop there at the back, trying to find something. But like I said to him, a bad decision for me to pick that gate 3.
Oh, you've got the names. They've got the runners and riders for the final. This is it. I'm just going to sit down.
Okay, for your final, like I say, off gate 1, Kyle Bickley. Definitely could be off a shot with that. Off gate 2 in blue is Max Clegg. Gate 3 in white is Jade, everyone's favourite Mudgway. Off gate 4, Leon Flint on yellow. Like I say, Leon's on my favourite gate, but Kyle could do it off gate 1. Gate 2's been a good one. You saw Danny Phillips get the whole shot there off gate 2, so don't disregard that one.
Exactly, and the crowd. We haven't got a crowd. We've actually got 2 young ladies who are attached to Redcar Speedway down here going, come on, Jade.
No, I won't give you my number, girls. You stay there.
I could answer that, but I'm not going to. But I tell you what, the other thing is, well, North East Speedway here, North Speedway is fabulous. You know, you've got 2 Berwick lads in the final. You've got Max Clegg from Newcastle. And you've also got Jade Mudgway. The shock. We said at the start of this meeting there would be a shock. Did you ever think a 32-year-old man with a 32-year-old engine would get to the final?
Mate, I didn't think he'd finish the heats with that dinosaur that he's running. Never mind get to the semis. Never mind get to the final.
Yeah. Not the mama. That's what I say. He is a dinosaur. Not the mama.
So the riders, I can see now, Jade's got his helmet on. He's revved up. Just a couple of minutes now, and we will be having the final of the night. I don't know if it can beat that semi, but now this £300 is on the line. Someone's going to bring it out of the bag.
And I tell you what, I can't choose. I'm not going to choose. You know, I'd love to see Jade win it, but I can't see it. But then again, I couldn't see him making the semis or the final.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to change. I've been changing my mind every single race now. But after watching Kyle, I think something's clicked. He's found his mojo, and I think he can win it.
Well, I'm going to stick with Max Clegg. I just think Max, with his experience, will pull it out in the final.
I would have chose Leon over Max if I had to choose out different to Kyle, but hey.
But you ruled with them 2 lads in Bellevue.
I did, and I've got a lot of love for Kyle and Leon. Absolutely cracking lads.
And I've got to get back into Newcastle tonight.
Right, the riders are coming down.
I don't know about you, but I feel nervous. I feel tense.
I am, right.
This is just fabulous. This is what British Speedway is all about.
Jade warming up his engine there.
I don't think it needs any warming up. what a call. You know, Don Godden, you know, God rest his soul, everybody to do with Godden. I know this riders, Adam Ellis, I believe, was riding a lay down Godden in a few meetings. I could be wrong with that. I'm sure people will put me right on that. But isn't it nice to see a British engine in the final as well? Don Godden.
Like I said, I just still can't believe my eyes that this machine has made it to the semis.
Listen to it.
And then made it to the final.
It sounds like it could sing in the Eurovision Song Contest. It's that beautiful.
So we got a few loves in the comments here for Cleggy, so you're not alone, Roy, in your pick. You're not alone.
The Kegmeister could do it.
Quick, guys, just before this one shows, if you could share this link quick now to let everyone know it's the final. Just quickly share it. It takes 2 seconds just before these tapes come up, just so we can show everybody the Speedway and how good it is. Right, we've got Kyle prepping it. Everyone's prepping the gate now. They're all doing Alan Titch now.
They are.
They're taking this so seriously. There's only Jade, I think. Jade's just not doing any gardening.
Yeah. I think he's attached his underpants elastic to the first turn so he can get a whole shot.
So, like I say, now the money's on the line. They've all prepped the gates a little bit more than they usually would.
Have you noticed the pits as well? Everybody's on the fence in the pits.
Everybody is watching now. This has got to be one of the best races so far coming up, and I've not even seen it start.
Well, you've picked everything else today, so you know you've got it right. So I think you're spot on here,
I've had my ball out here, Roy.
Here we go. This is it.
This is it. Jade with a cracking start, but it's Kyle off one. Leon going to the outside. He's got the drive and he's done it. Max Clegg also hitting the dirt, but Kyle making Max go the long way out. Max is down. Oh! Is he going to get back up?
On the rostrum!
Jade is going to be on the rostrum! No way!
We've got to do it again!
Max has been will be excluded, I'm assured, and I cannot believe it.
Well, I'm waiting for the light going on. There's been some strange, you know, it's a Scottish referee. There's been some strange decisions today.
No, for me, Max fell on his own accord there. It was nothing. Kyle was there, but I've got to say, Max fell on his own there.
But I think maybe we should do what we.
Yeah, Max is taking his bite back there. He knows that it's the end of the line for him. Oh. But if he can get round, well, he will get round. Let's talk about it. Jade Mudgway getting a 3rd place on a dinosaur.
Listen, he could get higher than 3rd place because if the
don't do this, Roy.
If Kyle,
don't do this.
If Kyle and Leon, you know, they could do what Kelly Larson and Rennie Back did at the Premier League Railers one year at Sheffield. They concentrated on themselves too much, and they nearly lost the meeting. They crashed on the first turn.
No, I think, like I say, these two won it. But the best thing for Kyle as well, with Max being excluded there, he's got all that room.
Yeah, he can move out into a fresh.
He can move straight away, take the line away from Leon. And like I say, he knows now that Leon is hunting for that outside dirt. So don't be surprised if this time round you see Kyle take a different line, stay on that dirt and block Leon's line.
But that'll leave it open for Jade.
Jade is not going to do it, Roy. He's not going to do it. I'm sorry to tell you. We've got some hardcore fans down here.
We're being heckled.
Throwing stuff at me. I've got a bra here. What's this?
What size is it? Oh, it's not Lorraine's, I know that. Come on, get the lads up to the start. We're getting too excited here. We're going to burn out. Here we go. Oh,
what a shame there though for Max. What a day for Jade. I still can't believe it.
Yeah, I think New Zealand will make this a national day, a national holiday.
Right, so we start again. Kyle on the inside on his own. Max has been excluded.
He hasn't moved out though, has he? He's stuck where he
No, I think he'll still stay where he has, but what you'll see him do is he'll come straight across and he'll almost point towards me and you, where the camera is. You're going to see him trying to cut Leon off. He's got to cut Leon off so he doesn't get that drive.
And what does that do? Leaves all the inside.
No, Roy, Jade is not doing it. We've got some hardcore Jade fans. One of them's got a banner.
Yeah. Mudgway for president. Mudgway for president, it says.
Here we go.
It looks like Flinty's made it.
Kyle's not moved over. Bad decision. Leon's got this in the bag now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he'll be listening to that engine now for all 4 laps.
Yes.
But I tell you what, Jade's still on it.
He is still on it. I think it's just going to be a follow me leader now. Third play to Leon and to Kyle. Berwick 1 and 2, may I add, Roy?
No, I know. They'll be dancing in the streets of the ballhouse tonight.
Berwick promotion, I'll be loving this.
Jamie Courtney, Scott Courtney. They'll be down the Grove or the Black and Gold.
I can see
them. Oh, Mudgway's fell.
Oh, Mudgway!
What's he doing?
Get back on! Oh, he's got back on. We're all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Caroline Parr Memorial for 2012, the Berwick Barnets and the Berwick Bullets' very own Kyle Bickley. No, it's not.
It's Leon. I thought by the end you'd have got some practice in you to know what you're on about. Anyway, I'll tell you, folks, it's Leon Flint, winner, what a champ. Kyle Bickley in second, Berwick 1-2, and then the story of the day, Jade Mudgway taking third place on a 32-year-old bike. I just can't believe my eyes. Anyway, well done to Leon. Yep. Fantastic ride.
Kyle,
well done. Giving us kisses there. Thanks, Kyle. We love you too.
Oh, here's the Mudger. What's the Mudger doing?
Big round of applause for Jade.
I think he's too tired to do donuts. I think I just got too excited in the end. I haven't made a mistake all day and I did that.
Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Leon here showing us a couple of wheelies. You might want to show Jade how to do them.
I think that bike's so heavy it doesn't get off the ground.
Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, here we go. What's he doing? Is it a burnout?
Oh, he's doing a donut. Big donut.
It's a donut. It's a donut.
Well done to all the riders here. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks for all your comments. Thanks for everything that you've done. Like I said, if you would, it'd be really appreciated if you could just go onto the Redcar Speedway Facebook page, click the donate button on there, and just, a couple of quid just to help towards this, and hopefully we can do it again. If we get enough donations, we'll be able to do this again. Obviously, if we don't, we won't. So hopefully you can just, a couple of quid really help out.
Yep, and thanks very much to Graham Lloyd, who donated £100 for the most exciting rider, and we'll get that out on the Redcar Bears website and also the Facebook page. But the winner of the NPNG Light Haulage sponsored meeting for the Caroline Parr Memorial is Mr. Leon Flint.
Well done, Leon, well done.